It's 11:30 a.m. outside Rensselaer Field. A perfect time for a football game day brunch in East Hartford, Connecticut. UConn head coach Bob Diaco leads the Husky Walk in Brett and Whitney Stadium, home to UConn football. Today the Huskies host Cincinnati, an important American Conference game for each. Hello again, everyone, and welcome to East Hartford, Connecticut. It's great to have you with us. This is Dave Ryan. I'll be joined in a moment by Corey Chavis and Melanie Collins. We'd like to send out our best wishes to all those affected by Hurricane Matthew. We hope that you and your family are safe and sound today, and all is well with you. And today, Corey, it's time to talk about a little college football as we check the Sonic quarterback profile. We know Cincinnati has a very impressive list of QBs.
Yeah, I mean, evidenced by that is Gunnar Kiel, the possible third stringer today. He's the captain for today's game. You got Ross Trail, the numbers really belie maybe some of his talent, and then Hayden Moore, probably the most consistent of the group.
And today, Tommy Tuberville tells us, the head coach, that Hayden Moore will start for Cincinnati. The ankle came along in practice. Missed the last two games, hurt his ankle against Houston. Good to go today. Now you talk about UConn. Inconsistency has been a problem. They have not scored a point in the first quarter. Only one of three teams in the FBS outscored 31-zip in the first, behind in every game. That's got to change today.
It has to. And when you think about some of these games and the outcomes, the Houston game, that kind of happened in the second quarter. But if they are able today to get off to a fast start, it might come down, Dave, to maybe just changing the pace up. Maybe come out in a little bit more of a hurried pace to see if you can get into a rhythm for your quarterback, Brian Sheriffs.
Weather today, it is fantastic in East Hartford. Autumnal splendor, 57 degrees, very slight chance of rain. Perfect for college football. Bob Diaco, year 3, head coach at UConn last year. A ball game, 10-20 overall record. Told us yesterday he'd give his team an incomplete grade. Disappointed with the way they played about 25 minutes of that Houston game a week ago Thursday. That was enough to get blown out by the 6th-ranked Cougars. Tommy Tuberville, year 4, a bowl game in each of his first 3 seasons. He too would like to see a lot of improvement, especially with turnovers. They had 4 last week and a loss to USF. Ryan Jones, kickoff man. Bearcats have won the toss, electing to defer to the second half. McAllister and Tyreek Beals are deep to receive. Underway from East Hartford. Beals from the goal line. Looks for room, has none. Dropped outside the 15. And it's time for the Chick-fil-A starting lineup. For UConn, a whiteout today at Rensselaer Field, so the visiting white look for the Huskies and their quarterback Bryant Sheriffs. The junior has been up and down for the Huskies this year. NC State transfer, team captain.
Kind of to the point we were making, Dave. Looks like they may come out in shotgun. Let's see if he goes under center.
Jason Thompson is the starting running back today. Normal starter Arkel Newsom suspended for the first quarter. He's out. Thomas on the sweep look. Noel Thomas is tracked down. Eric Wilson on the tackle.
But one player that is going to have to get going opposite Noel Thomas is Hergy Mayala. I think that he's an acrobatic receiver who's shown some outside the numbers capability.
Loss of 1 on a first down play. Play fake to Thompson. And Sheriffs will run. And slides down in front of Antonio Kennard. Gain of 2. Flags come in after the play from all directions.
Might be a targeting call, in fact, because he was attempting to slide. Right, at least a personal foul.
Michael Roach is our referee today. American Conference crew.
After the play, personal foul, unnecessary roughness. Number 2, the defense. 15-yard penalty, automatic first down.
Tyrell Gilbert, the sophomore safety from the Cincy area. The guilty party there came in Well, not on the Kennard Sheriff's hit. Had to be away from that play. 15 yards.
It didn't look like Antonio Kennard made any contact with him as he was giving up his body. That's a new rule in college football. You can see this area here, that's where the personal foul occurs.
Huskies automatic first down. And Sheriff's throwing. Thomas catching. Stopped by Mike Tyson. Old Thomas has had a huge year for UConn.
Big player for them up front is Cortez Broughton. I think he's an outstanding player with range. He's a player that's tough to run against inside because he uses his hands. Be interesting to see what type of impact he has today against right guard Richard Levy.
On second and short. Jason Thompson, second career carry for the former walk-on, starting because Newsome is suspended and he gets a first down. It's a gain of 3. Jason from here in the state of Connecticut. Shelton, Connecticut, first career start. Newsome not available for the first 15 minutes, and Coach Bob Diaco told us pregame that Ron Johnson, second string running back, who really is their touchdown maker in the red zone, did not have a great practice Thursday, so Thompson gets the start. First down. QB draw. Sheriffs. Stopped by Kennard. Ron Johnson now in. So Thompson, job well done. Got that first down on the conversion, and Newsome will just sit and watch. Bob Diaco told us Markell broke a team rule. His priority, a teaching moment for the young man there, not necessarily winning a football game. Second down. Sheriffs, some time. Stopped by Wilson. Gain of 2. Ryan Sheriffs bails from that pocket, Corey, very quickly.
He does. Now that time, to his defense, I thought they did a good job in the back end of covering up some things. Alex Thomas, and then also Zach Edwards. Now, Noel Thomas had a step on Edwards, but by that time, Sheriffs had already pulled the ball down.
Early third down conversion try here for the Huskies from midfield. Sheriffs delivers. Thomas broken up. Mike Tyson. Played beautifully by the nickel back. He's listed as a Sam linebacker, but really a fifth defensive back for Cincinnati.
It's just outstanding competitiveness by Tyson. You see him go over with his left hand to knock the ball loose. He's using a catch technique. You see him sitting down on the route. That type of technique is tough to get around if you don't threaten the defensive back up the field.
Justin Wayne punts here for UConn. Braden Beer deep to receive for the Bearcats. High punt. Good UConn bounce. Vontae Diggs grabs it. And that means the Bearcats deep in their own territory to begin this drive. We're underway from East Hartford. American Conference Showdown. Each, the Huskies and the Bearcats, need a win in league play. Hayden Moore returns to the starting lineup for UC when we come back.
So if I'm gonna go it all, go big or go. Go big or go.
Jumping off a cliff is more of kind of an intense experience. Having debt is more quietly terrifying. When you're going through med school, you're so concentrated on learning the things you need to be a good doctor. Try not to think about this massive debt that you're accruing. Before I refinanced through SoFi, I was paying half my paycheck every month towards student loans. I saved about $30,000 or $40,000 by refinancing with SoFi. It's easier for me to relax now. There's a really freeing feeling.
A well-put-together man is said to be sharp. At GMC, we get why people appreciate that kind of precision. After all, precision is the kind of sharp that slices through a crowd. This is the precision of professional grade. Step up to GMC and pay no interest for 72 months on all 2016 GMC UConn and most 2016 Canyon models. Or get $8,000 below MSRP on select UConn Denali vehicles in stock. GMC, we are professional grade.
Welcome to Stouffer's Fit Kitchen. Prime cuts of meat, 25 grams of protein, and savory mouth-watering sides. It's the perfect balance of delicious and nutritious, making it just the right fit for you. Stouffer's Fit Kitchen meals. This is fit.
Assists, completions. He's Mr. Instant Meeting, Ed Feldman.
Press 1 to lead your team onto the meeting field. Start your free trial at gotomeeting.com.
Are you ready to have a little fun?
Baby, baby!
I think I can.
I can promise you football, food, and fun.
They want to watch football.
Who's got the edge?
Wake up early with that football feeling. That other pregame show starts tomorrow at 9 on CBS Sports Network.
Because it's definitely going to be a tops kind of day.
College football on CBS Sports Network is sponsored by Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance. By Dr. Pepper. It's a college football tradition. And by Ram Trucks, America's longest-lasting pickups.
Part of Bushnell Park and the state capitol here in Hartford, Soldiers and Sailors Memorial Arch, dedicated back in 1886.
Dave, one thing I want to point out to you here is that they're actually going to start John Green at the nickel down here at the bottom instead of going with their safeties. They're in a nickel package to start.
Hayden Moore gets the start, back in the lineup, and handing off to Tion Green. Good pickup. John Green involved in that tackle, along with Melon Funwu. So our Chick-fil-A starting lineup today. Hayden Moore has returned. Remember, he came to that Memphis game a year ago, Liberty Bowl. 557 yards in not even a full 4 quarters, setting an all-time Cincinnati and American Conference record. He was amazing. Great potential out of Clay, Alabama. And around, Khalil Lewis, a touch and a first down for Cincinnati. Dropped outside the 25.
Well, one player that's going to be a big factor today is Nate Cole in the slot. And we mentioned that we have a different starter at the safety position in Jamar Summers. And one of the reasons why I think UConn is going to do this, they're going to be able to match him up with Cole in the slot. And we'll see it here in a minute.
First down, play fake, Moore throwing. Cole has the catch right on cue. Knocked out of bounds by Summers.
Conversely for this UConn defense, getting some pressure up front. I thought Cole Ormsby came on strong late in that Houston game, showing the power. Just talking to his teammate Michael Myers yesterday.
Green on the reception, head-to-head with Carazola and Walsh, who stand him up. But he should have a first down for Cincinnati. And the Bearcats going fast here.
And I can't stress enough how much I like the adjustment by defensive coordinator Anthony Poindexter and Bob Diaco, putting Jamar Summers at safety today to basically play nickel against Nate Cole.
No points opening drive so far. Whoa, that's a blatant violation of the neutral zone there as Diggs is way across the line. Trying to time
offside. Number 11 on the defense, rushing unabated. 5-yard penalty, first down.
Junior Joseph, rather.
The least penalized team in the nation, UConn, only 2.6 penalties a game.
Got one there. So 1st and 5 here for Cincinnati. Moore. Cole, another catch. Run out of bounds by Williams and Jamar Summers. 9-yard pickup for Nate Cole. 32 catches on the year now for him. He had 38 all of his career before this season. A featured receiver for the Bearcats now. On first down, play fake, Moore, pressure, and down it goes. John Green on the blitz, providing some heat, loss of 3.
Green's going to go from right here. He comes outside. That forces Stout to have a one-on-one, and then he retracts his steps. Really, it's a good job of underneath coverage and over the top, mixing it up with some different looks. UConn early.
Second and 13. Devin Gray has his first catch. Cam Stapleton trying to track him down from his defensive spot. Devin Gray, the JC transfer from Reno, Nevada, has become a big factor for Cincinnati, losing their top 6 receivers from a year ago. Couple to the NFL. It's a gain of 13, first down.
Good block that time by Nate Cole. Talk about his receiving ability. And block opened up Gray's run.
On first down, Boone has a carry, runs left and runs into trouble. A gain of about a yard there for Mike Boone. He and Tion Green will be the featured backs for Cincinnati today. And Tommy Tuberville told us this week how important that run game would be to establish, especially early against UConn's stout defense. Here's second down. Pressure coming. Pass to Gray. Stopped by Green.
Challenge is going to be on this guy over at the top, John Green. He's going to be playing against Devin Gray, who's been their most explosive receiver down the field this season. That's normally where Jamar Summers plays, where Green is at. Summers is inside, however, today.
Third and short. Fans get into it. Mike Boone stood up and stopped about half a yard shy. He needs the 29, and that spot is going to be short. Decision time here early for Tommy Tuberville.
Well, inside, Michael Myers just does a great job of posting back Deshaun Bond. And we talked with him about that matchup yesterday. And he said he was looking forward to him. We felt like Bond was an excellent football player. We got this fourth down coming up.
Bearcats 5 of 7 on fourth down tries this year. Moore the sprint right, throws on the move, dropped by Cole, incomplete. And UConn takes over. Cole was by himself. Looked like he tried to one-hand it, then look upfield before he had it. And the bottom line is Bob Diaco's Huskies take over.
Can't blame this on Hayden Moore. We talked a lot about who was going to be the quarterback today. But Hayden Moore, he's on point. He's going to have to get some more from Nate Cole to win this game.
Big defensive stop for UConn. No score first quarter. Down to the field level. Third member of our crew. Here's Melanie Collins.
Thank you, Dave. Well, before UConn head coach Bob Diaco was with the Huskies, he was part of the winningest team in school history at Cincinnati. He was the defensive coordinator there in 2009. That team went 12-0 in the regular season before losing to Florida in the Sugar Bowl, but they won the Big East. And Cincinnati since 2007, 93 wins over the last 10 years. That winning percentage, 17th best in FBS, and Diaco a key component in that.
Just one season, Melanie. Pretty successful in the Queen City for Bob Diaco. And went with Brian Kelly to Notre Dame, became his defensive coordinator. They made a national championship game appearance. Broyles Award winner, National Assistant of the Year, and came here to Connecticut to take over the UConn program, his first head coaching job. Huskies take over here. Play fake to Thompson, who stays in. Mayala elevates and makes a catch in front of Coleman. Hergy Mayala, as Corey said, has got to be a factor. Big catch, gain of 20.
They're doing what we expected a little bit, Dave, with opening up their formations. And you can see that he knows where he's going. He finds the one-on-one matchup, and then that's what he does well, Mayala. Catches the ball away from his frame, that time over Grant Coleman.
First down for the Huskies. Play action, Sheriffs. Deep ball again. Looks for Mayala with Coleman. Stride for stride. Incomplete this time. Second down coming up.
Well, I think Coleman does a good job. Watch him take away the outside. So he's playing inside to his help, and that takes away the ability for Mayala to fade towards the sidelines. Good technique by Coleman, who's improved as a technician in 2016.
Coleman a huge game against Greg Ward Jr. a couple weeks back against 6th ranked Houston. A pick and a fumble recovery. Second down. Thomas targeted and Tyson on coverage incomplete.
This is a big game for Mike Tyson. He's an NFL prospect. Talked to a couple of scouts before the game. He's caught a couple of people's eye, the attention of NFL personnel. So this is a matchup for him against Thomas where he can kind of solidify his status individually and also help this UC defense.
Tyson a 3-interception game against Purdue. Week 2 for Cincinnati. They started 2-0. Losses to Houston and USF. Winless in the American Conference heading into today. Third down from midfield. This looks familiar. Sheriffs on the move. Johnson can't bring it in, incomplete. Gilbert charging in, almost had the tip drill pick there for Cincinnati. No hesitation. Punt unit back on the field.
Oh, I thought he had Mayala open. As you see him scramble here to his right. You don't really see Mayala coming to the screen. He decides to go to the check down. That wouldn't have gotten the first down anyway. Zach Edwards was right in position, so even though he threw that and it was a drop, it still wouldn't have been a first down.
Wayne, the redshirt senior from Wilmington, North Carolina. Punts here for UConn. 12 punts against Houston last game. Almost 500 punt yards, an all-time American Conference record. And two beauties here as Beard just watches the UConn special teams unit down it again inside the 10. Bryce McAllister, good jobs on special teams. Bearcats take over. 45-yard punt for Justin Wayne. Now let's check in with our Chick-fil-A fan cam to see the fans' reaction. Outside Rensselaer Field pregame. Pretty good. Bacon, eggs, sausage. 11:30 kick for you. You can go either way. You go lunch.
Well, what did you have? Did you have some waffles?
I had some scrambled eggs.
Hey, man, I want everybody out there to know you can eat. I mean, I don't know. I mean, and you stay in good shape because you're always working out, but you can really eat, man.
I appreciate that.
And you probably had about 10 pancakes this morning.
Not 10. Yeah. Maybe 8. 8 more. The offense take over. Deion Green feature back. Second straight possession deep in their own end here. Whistles, flags.
Before the snap, delay a game on the offense. Half the distance to the goal, first down.
Backs him up even further. Corey's Keys brought to you by SoFi.
Well, back-to-back. Those running backs, 39 touchdowns between Mike Boone and Deion Green. Get off the field on third downs, about 48% defensively. On the other side, UConn score early, not late. And so what about some 20-plus yard plays offensively?
From the end zone, shovel pass, watch it. It's incomplete. As a forward incomplete pass there to Green that hit a body on the way through to Deion.
You were asking about a couple of players, Luke Carazola and then Sheridan Lawley, another player you asked about in the meetings. They're doing a good job of pushing the pocket from the outside in. And Darius Ray doesn't get out of the way of that at all.
Second down. Moore, his end zone. Deep ball. Johnson can't make the catch. John Green on coverage. On the go route intended for Avery Johnson.
And this is a player that Cincinnati wants more from. Avery Johnson, you're going to see him up here at the top. That's Patrick Peterson, the Arizona Cardinals Pro Bowl corner. That's his little brother. He's going deep for him, Dave, man. It was excellent coverage and a finish by Green.
Third down. Pressure from Ormsby. Screen pass, Gray, nothing doing. Foley, Fatu Kasi, and Matt Walsh hammer right away there.
That was an excellent effort by Fatu Kasi. I mean, 315 pounds. He turns around and runs and tracks down a screen pass. You know, 8.5 sacks a year ago. That's leadership, making a play like that.
Geraci from deep in his end zone. Lamel signals for, makes a fair catch at the 49 of the Bearcats. Good field position coming up for UConn, trying to cash in and score their first points all year in the first quarter. Maybe they can do it. College football action continues next on CBS Sports Network. Greg Ward Jr., the 6th-ranked Houston Cougars, hope to take another step toward the college football playoff. They head to Annapolis to take on the midshipmen of Navy right here on the 24-hour home of CBS Sports. We can't wait to watch Greg Ward Jr. in action again. Cincinnati and UConn are glad, Corey, that he'll never face them again. He's a senior, and that's been it. He just shredded the Huskies and Bearcats this year.
Yeah, and the one word that stands out for me when it comes to Greg Ward Jr., toughness. It's why he's a legitimate Heisman candidate.
And you and I called his first ever game as a starter, Memphis, a couple years ago. Hard to believe how far he's come at Houston. That's coming up next. Huskies start the drive in plus territory. Noel Thomas in front of Tyson has the catch. Thomas, 48 catches, second in the conference in catches per game behind East Carolina's great Zay Jones. Gain of 4. Noel Thomas has had an explosive breakout year. The top target for Bryant Sheriffs. Second down. Pressure from the edge from Wilson and Sheriffs. Again, scrambling, runs into Fitz. And Kamani knocks him out of bounds with a hard hit.
He's not going to outrun Fitz. If there's one thing he can do, he has outstanding speed. I've seen it a lot from him on tape. You try to get to the edge on him with that first step he has, not going to work.
Only Buffalo and Texas State of the 128 FBS teams have not scored a first quarter point along with UConn. Hard to believe. Slow starts, we talked about it, falling behind every game. Big factor. Here's third down. Play fake, Sheriff's throwing. Caught, Thomas. Edwards on the overplay, thought he might have an interception. And it was deflected at Thomas on a wild play. It's a gain of 10 and a first down for UConn.
Well, he jumped the route. I mean, watch Edwards. He's going to jump the route. He reads it, and he's got a house call. And then it becomes a juggling act. And you would think Noel Thomas is practicing with A.J. Green with that, the way he was juggling that ball to catch it.
Straight hands, that was sweet. So first down. Johnson feature back. Sheriffs again very quickly bails from that pocket. And it's put down by Wilson. It's a factor. We spoke with Bob Biacco and Frank Bertucci, the head coach and offensive coordinator, Corey, about that yesterday. Sheriffs just getting out of that pocket too fast.
Well, you said it best. And Tagovailoa inside, he held his pass rush lane, and that's what allowed his teammates to come up and clean up. And you said it best, Dave. If you're going to sit in the pocket and after maybe a tick or two, go ahead and pull it down to run, you're not even getting to the first hitch in your pass drop.
Second and 11. Play fake, it's Sheriffs. Deep ball, Lamel got spun around by Coleman and just couldn't find the ball. It's incomplete. Good coverage there for Grant Coleman.
Well, one thing we've seen early is that Cincinnati came into this game with a plan. We're going to challenge your receivers in man-to-man defense. I mean, they're not shying away at all. Bump and run, press coverage. And for Frank Verducci up here in the booth, he's got to try to find a way, maybe even with some crossing routes, some pick routes to take advantage of some of this man coverage that they're seeing.
Huskies 1 for 3, third down so far. Only 32% on the year for third down conversions. Third long here. Sheriffs again out of the pocket, and again he goes down. Another loss. Pace and Muhan on the stop.
A little bit different now. They're going to back up and change it up. They're going to play some zone now. They back up off of it. They change up the look. They drop 7, and now Sheriffs doesn't read it quickly enough. Nobody really is open initially, and he pulls it down again. So there's some pressure here on Bobby Puyol, one of their better players as a kicker, to try to knock down a 52-yarder.
This is a long field goal attempt from 52 for Bobby Puyol, who is perfect this year, and that is his career long. This year's career long is 43 yards. And he missed it. Keeping us scoreless, and UConn scoreless in the first quarter for the entire 2016 season. Still.
Wow, that has to be something. I mean, that would have been a confidence boost in terms of not only the length of the field goal, but just a morale boost.
Great look from our crew, just short and wide. Covering everything from the field through fantasy, Tops puts a fresh spin on your morning pregame show. Join our team of experts tomorrow morning at 9 Eastern for that other pregame show right here on the 24-hour home of CBS Sports. So more on the offense. Good field position from the 35 here. It's Boone on the carry. Drives the legs and the pile forward to about the 38. Gain of 3 there for Mike Boone.
And I think this move by UConn, I'm talking about Jamar Summers playing the safety position. This could be a game changer for this defense. I really do think that this could be a move that could change, but potentially make their defense very tough to throw against.
Second down. Pressure off the edge, Melon Fonwu. And Boone up the middle. And stopped there by Vontae Diggs in the final moments of the quarter. That's something Bob Diaco told us yesterday, Corey, that the strong safety spot with Watkins and Bryce McAllister have been a weak point of the defense. Andrew Adams now starting with the New York Giants, the ex-star receiver of safety here at UConn.
Well, I think Watkins had his moments, as did McAllister. Both players, they've got some coverage in their background. But now you've got all the veterans that have been together since 2014 in the back end.
Third down, pressure from Walsh off the edge. Deep ball. Cole lunging, makes a fantastic one-handed catch. What a play made by Nate Cole.
And who does he do it against, Dave? John Robinson IV. Yeah, I don't even.
First down.
No reason to review that one. He dropped one earlier, but he made up for it with that catch. That was like 3 catches in one. That was an outstanding grab.
And there's also roughing the passer call here on Walsh. Little late hit as he bumped into Hayden Moore.
Watch this grab.
Wow, what a play by Cole.
That was excellent coverage by Robinson IV. No reason to hang your head. 6 foot 295 pounds. They're going to need you again if you're not going to play maybe those other safeties we talked about.
That's it for the first quarter. So plus 15 on the roughing call against Walsh. 27-yard pickup on the Nate Cole catch. And 15 minutes complete from East Hartford. No score. American Conference matchup. Big one for each, the Huskies and Bearcats. You're watching college football on CBS Sports Network, the 24-hour home of CBS Sports. All 6 games this year, UConn no first quarter points, Corey, but look through those numbers. What do you see after 15?
Well, the yards per play, that indicates to me that UConn is not having a lot of success on first down, which indicates to me that they're not running the ball as much as I would have expected in spots. I did think that they would open up their formations to try to get some points early and get Sheriffs into a rhythm. Hasn't happened thus far.
Eight more on the offense back in the field. Cole hit first quarter, 3 catches, 44 yards. And a long go route, the one-handed grab. Play of the day so far. Beginning the second. Hayden Moore goes near side. Boone's got it. Mike Boone. Tough to bring down. Joseph Levenberry, Melanfonwu make a play, gain of 9.
You can see there's a lot of room out here. I mean, the bottom line is when you have a running back outside, you like to see him maybe play a little bit tighter to him. But at the end of the day, Mike Boone is like another receiver with the way he can catch the ball out of the backfield.
Got 14 catches this year. Second and short. Whistles timeout called here by UConn.
UConn takes its first time out of the half.
Kind of, he looks like that's maybe what they're talking to John Green about. It's interesting. Our crew shows the shot of Green, giving that bit of cushion against Boone, who I believe is, quite frankly, one of the better running backs in the entire American Athletic Conference. I thought last season he might have been the best. Hasn't ever really been able to hit a stride. I don't know whether it's been because of the shared carries with Green, but from a talent perspective, he's pretty good.
He ran for 117 yards last year against UConn in a 37-13 UC victory. Junior Joseph slow to get up for the Huskies. Key linebacker. Junior had 16 tackles against the Bearcats last year, career best. Redshirt junior from Sinking Springs, Pennsylvania. And he hit Greg Ward Jr. hard a couple times, Corey, a week ago Thursday in that game at Houston.
That one hard. Those are the kind, man, that you feel like the ground is beginning to shake. Big time shots.
Timeout in East Hartford. Second quarter just underway. Just getting started, second quarter here, no score. And the Bearcats are knocking on the door. Head coach Tommy Tuberville. Second and short. Dowdy in motion. Moore. Some pressure from Carazola. Throws on the move, and Gray can't bring it in, incomplete. Lamont Williams close on coverage. Third and 1. Rensselaer Field gets loud. It's Boone. They will on the first down. Just enough, it looks like, by the initial spot. He needed the 9.
Running behind on Darius Ray and Olufadikazi. He does a good job of tying him up. Good job by Michael Myers getting off the block inside along with Matt Walsh, but Darius Ray opening up initially with a good block on Olufadikazi.
First and goal. Play fake. Moore. End zone. Cole has it. Touchdown, Cincinnati. Nate Cole.
We got the matchup that we talked about in the open, really. I mean, Summers going against Nate Cole. This is why they put him there. And we'll see if this is even a catch.
Did he have possession of the ground? He
ball
never hit the
moved.
ground, but the ball was moving.
We'll probably take a look
when
at
he
it.
landed.
The ruling on the field is a completed catch for a touchdown. The play is under review.
All right, Corey. This is going to be close. Need complete control to the ground with the ball.
Well, first of all, they ruled it a touchdown. So let's see if it moves here. We know it does. Does his arm stay underneath it? And does he prevent it even though it moves from hitting the ground? Does the ball ever really hit the ground? Or does it just roll back up into him? And I don't think they're going to be able to overturn that. And in terms of whether he got his foot down, that clearly was within reason. I don't know if there's enough to overturn that, particularly after what we saw a couple weeks ago on the fake field goal in this same stadium. We had a fake field goal, and it was very similar to this.
Tommy Myers catch against Syracuse on a fake field goal late that kept the Husky drive alive. Orange ended up winning that game 31-24.
I mean, because I thought his arm was still underneath the ball, even though it moved up into his. You never saw the actual ground just completely assist in making the catch without his arm being underneath the ball.
Ruled a touchdown on the field. The indisputable video evidence to overturn this.
So I gave my opinion. What's yours?
This is a tough call. Brian Matorn is the replay official up here in the booth with us. You need complete control to the ground. That's my question. Yes, his arm's under the ball, but he does not have full control as he hits the turf here. And that's going to make it very close, I think.
I thought his hand stayed underneath the ball the whole time. So, I mean, for me, it would remain a touchdown.
And Nate's pretty hopeful. Look at him. He's got the arms up.
Well, he's not in the
his fifth touchdown catch of the year, please.
He's not in the replay booth, however. But I think it's going to remain a TD.
Let's find out from Michael Roach.
After review, the receiver did not maintain possession throughout the catch. Therefore, it is an incomplete pass.
Wow.
It is 2nd and goal from the 9-yard line.
No touchdown.
Well, I thought it was pretty similar to what we saw here. Again, you talked about the Tommy Myers. I guess it's just a matter of who's in the booth, because I think that was almost identical to Myers' hand being underneath the ball a couple of weeks back. And look at the dejection.
It was a tremendous effort by Cole. It's really made quite an impact here in the first half. 2nd and goal. Delay handoff. Tion Green navigates. Not much doing. Inside the 9 to about the 8-yard line. Matt Walsh, bottom of the pile, co-captain for UConn. Now it's 3rd and goal. Moore surveys, end zone, broken up, incomplete. E.J. Levenberry on the deflection in the back of the end zone, the Florida State transfer. And it looks like the Bearcats will go for a field goal here.
You can see the length of Levenberry. 6'2", 250 pounds. Those long arms allowing him to help out Melifonwu on the back end.
Now, Corey, this is interesting because Josh Paisley is going to use Carter Jacobs, normally a starting safety, but with a bruised leg, cannot play on defense. Only hold because he's a left-handed holder. Paisley is a left-footed kicker. Andrew Gantz, normal kicker, out for the year. From 25, and it wasn't pretty, but he hooks it inside the right upright. And it's good for our first points of the day. It's been an adventure kicking this year for Josh Paisley.
Oh, this was a near score. He got in a one-on-one with Cole and Summers, and he can't quite finish the catch.
Tomorrow, the NFL on CBS throws down a big-time doubleheader. First, the Jets take off for the Steelers, while Tom Brady returns as the Patriots square off for the Browns. And the Bengals battle the Cowboys. Check local listings meeting with JB, Boomer, Tony, Coach, and Bart on the NFL Today, presented by Southwest Airlines. And Patriot fans, there are plenty of them here, Corey, in Connecticut. They can't wait for Tom Brady to come back. He returns tomorrow.
Yeah, he does, and I'm looking forward to seeing Cody Kessler, actually, myself, because I think he's played pretty well in his first 2 starts. I think everybody loads up on the Browns, and I think a lot of people are expecting Brady. You know, these fans in the stands are. He doesn't look too happy right here now. He looks a little bit happier. Got the Red Sox cap on, Dave.
Yeah, a little bummed out down to the Indians 2-0 in the playoffs.
Pitching versus
plenty of grumbling
hitting
in the hotel lobby today for Red Sox fans. I heard that.
But I think they're expecting Brady to tear up the Browns tomorrow.
Ryan Jones kicks off for Cincinnati. Arkel Newsom's suspension is over. So in the 2nd quarter, takes that and takes a knee. Touchback.
And they start off with Newsom on kickoff returns, which is something that has been only sometimes this year, as opposed to in the past where he was a consistent kickoff return.
First 3 possessions for UConn. Couple of punts, and Babiaco punted 12 times last week in that loss at Houston. He's okay with punting and playing the field position game.
They started the game off with more of what Sheriffs is better at in terms of a 2-minute type pace, and they're staying in it right here.
On first down. Newsome back in. Jalen Minor wrestles him down from behind. It's a gain of 1 there for Arkel Newsome. And Bob Diaco told us yesterday they really want to feature him more. Now that was before he told us about the suspension for the first quarter. But Arkel still, the coach wants to get him 15 or 20 touches today.
I mean, let's face it, he's already gotten 2. He's already been in the game once on a kickoff return. And now we've seen him get a carry. And he's offset to Sheriff's right here again.
Explosive back. Here's second down. Play fake to Newsome. Sheriffs. Intercepted. Thomas the pick. Alex Thomas has it for Cincinnati. The run back. Out of bounds. Inside the 15. Third interception of the year for Alex Thomas.
You're going to see the pressure inside by Mark Wilson. Now what they're trying to do, they're trying to really run him on a wheel route, clear out here. But you see, Thomas doesn't bite the cheese because he's got a safety back deep. So they're trying to really isolate the underneath coverage, but not knowing that Cincinnati will be playing a zone or reading it correctly. Sheriff throws right into the corner.
Third pick of the year thrown by the captain, Brian Sheriffs. And Thomas and Cincinnati have caused a lot of turnovers this year.
The previous play is under review.
Maybe reviewing where Thomas went out of bounds. He tiptoed down the paint, trying to increase that return, which was ruled a 27-yard run back on the pick.
I think Thomas is their most talented corner. And I think you saw it on that last play. And there have been other instances this year, like against Purdue, where he's made these types of interceptions. And again, you see that Tyson passes it off. Here's Thomas's pick. See exactly where he steps out at.
Right there, clearly. Bearcats had 5 interceptions in that Week 2 win over Purdue in the Big Ten on the road. Third most in a single game for Tommy Tuberville on that program.
After review, after the interception, the runner stepped out at the 16-yard line. The ball will be placed at that spot. Please reset the game clock to 12 minutes, 21 seconds. 1-2-2-1. Thank you.
Now last week, USF loss at Nippert Stadium was a -4 in the turnover margin, Corey, but overall the defense has been very opportunistic this year.
They really have, and it starts with Mike Tyson, but it's carried itself over to Thomas. Thomas now is tying for the team lead with 3 interceptions. So a lot of players, including Tyrell Gilbert, have gotten their hands on balls.
At the 16, short field for the Bearcats. Tion Green runs left, runs into trouble. Stood up there by Luke Carrizolo, who's pumped up after a big defensive play. Loss of 2. Junior from Langhorne, Pennsylvania. And one of the emotional leaders of this team. Second down, screenplay, and incomplete to Green. If it's backwards, they'll lose a lot of yards.
It was
and it's going to be ruled backwards.
Ruling on the field is a backward pass and out of bounds. The ball will be placed at that spot. Game clock will start on my signal.
Wow. See this angle.
That's a disastrous play, Corey.
It certainly is. And the one thing now you got to be able to do, if you're Hayden Moore, is settle for the field goal. If you don't have a play, don't try to force the ball.
Loss of 8. Inexplicable play there for Cincinnati. Third down. Moore. Deep ball. It's there for Khalil Lewis, incomplete with Green on coverage. Now the kicking game has been shaky. We told you about that with Josh Paisley replacing one of the all-time greats at Cincinnati in kicking, and Andrew Gantz, who last year set an all-time points scored record with 112. It's been up and down with Paisley, the junior from Oklahoma.
Well, I thought from this distance, even further back a week ago, he had enough distance. So I don't think distance will be a problem from this area.
From 38. Knocks it through.
When it comes to making plays as a defensive back, reading the eyes of the quarterback, you got to finish when you get your hands on the ball. And that sets it up for Paisley, who's able to make another sweet kick.
College football on CBS Sports Network is sponsored by Acura, precision crafted performance. By SoFi, offering student loan refinancing, personal loans, and more to help you reach your goals. And by Sonic, fly on over for buy one, get one free boneless wings, Monday through Thursday after 5 p.m.
Couple miles down I-84 West, Bushnell Park here in the Hartford area. Oldest publicly funded park in the U.S. Conceived by the Reverend Horace Bushnell in the mid-1850s. Beautiful site, state capital of Connecticut. Brian Sheriff's not more than that interception he threw to Alex Thomas led to another field goal for Cincinnati. That was from 43 yards out from Josh Paisley. And Ryan Jones, redshirt freshman from Newcastle, Indiana, kickoff man for the Bearcats. Markel Newsome thought about it, takes a knee, touchback. Coming up on the halftime report, powered by Ram Trucks. Adam Zucker, Rick Neuheisel, Brian Jones in New York. Updates from games across the nation. First half highlights and stats. All that more coming up on the halftime report, powered by Ram Trucks. Alabama, should they be worried about Arkansas tonight?
Oh, yeah. I think Arkansas is one of the more balanced teams in the conference in terms of running the football. Their defense has played pretty well.
Can the offense get going here for UConn? First down. Play fake. Sheriffs. Sprint left. Runs. Had Thomas there. Some pressure coming from behind. It's incomplete.
That was kind of an example of a run-pass option. He gets away late, and that might have been a foot race, because it was a perfectly thrown pass by Sheriffs under pressure.
Landon Brazil providing the heat there. There was a penalty, ineligible man downfield call there against UConn.
And that's easy to happen on a play like that, because one of your linemen, they can't be more than 3 yards down the field. And so you're rolling out that side with the one pass option, and one of those guys gets down the field.
First and long. Sheriffs keeps and then runs into trouble. Eric Wilson, star linebacker for Cincinnati on the play.
Well, that was the correct read, because Muhan takes the dive, and so he has to keep it. And so it wasn't a bad read, but I just think that Cincinnati's inside-out speed, particularly with Eric Wilson, is tough for Sheriffs to outrun. He's not going to outrun these linebackers. They're very fast.
Got back to the original line of scrimmage. On 2nd and 10. Play handout. Markel Newsome looks for some room. Wilson got a piece of him on the way through. Markel glides out to outside the 30. Setting up third down here for the Huskies.
They're right back at the line of scrimmage, kind of picking up the pace to see if they can keep Cincinnati off balance on this third down.
Huskies need this here. 1 of 4 so far, 3rd down tries. Sheriffs, some pressure. Lost to Thomas, lunging, and he can't make the play. And it's incomplete.
Well, I think right now Thomas has been locked down by Mike Tyson. We want to just call it, you know, a one-on-one heavyweight matchup. Here it goes. Now, he beats him off the line of scrimmage. Look at the recovery by Tyson. Make it in a very, you know, tough window for Sheriffs to get the ball into. He's just taking a while to get away from Tyson.
Justin Wayne back on a punt here for UConn. Braden Beer deep to receive. And makes the fair catch at the 34 of Cincinnati. 37-yard punt for Justin Wayne. Breakdown week 5 in the NFL as our panel of former pro quarterbacks gets you inside the minds of the biggest stars in football. NFL Monday QB, delivered by FedEx, Monday at 6 Eastern only on CBS Sports Network. Bearcats back on offense. Have the upper hand with 2 field goals for Josh Paisley. But anytime UConn is within a score, they're in the game. Huskies can dominate play on the ground and with a time possession. Got on the ball first though. Play fake. Moore is throwing on 1st down. Lewis has the catch in traffic. Nice tackle by Williams.
Well, one thing about Moore, he's an excellent timing passer. So if you're getting those 5, 7-step drops, it's going to come out of his hand on time. And you can see that results in completions.
Watch out. Lost the ball there. Not looking when it came in on the shotgun snap. Hayden is upset. It's a loss for Cincinnati, but not loss of possession. That's the good news.
A little bit of miscommunication between him and Sean Bond, and a little bit of a low snap as well. But that's something that you cannot have. And right now, they don't have anybody over here on this receiver outside Cincinnati.
Loss of 4. Moore throwing again. Khalil Lewis has the catch. Javon Williams bumps him out of bounds, but a good pickup again for Moore. And the offense moving well. And Moore looks good with the ankle issues. Hit by Stephen Taylor in that Houston game and missed 2 Bearcat outings.
One thing they like to do with Moore, and we've seen it here early, they will roll him out to his right or left to make passes. So that's something to keep an eye on all afternoon.
3rd and 20. Moore delivers. And Lewis has the catch again. Khalil Lewis has been busy. Stopped by John Green. 1st down for Cincinnati, gain of 14.
Well, it's a high-low combination route again. And what they do is you've got Beard going outside and you flood basically him along with Lewis outside.
From the 31st down, play fake. Short gainer.
It's the same route.
Ron Rollins has a catch. True freshman from Miami has got its 2nd career grab for UC.
Yeah, but it's the same route combination, Dave. They're doing a lot of high-low combinations. So it's a short route underneath, and they're attacking the zone with a deeper route behind it. Just a different version of the same route earlier. Now this is more of a downfield passing formation. This type of look here.
Second and 5. Avery Johnson has the catch, has some room. Good real estate for Cincinnati. Gets down to about the 10-yard line, and the chains move again. 1st down for the Bearcats, but Johnson is slow to get up. Gain of 18.
Well, it starts off as a downfield look, and then they bring the tight end across, Tyler Cogswell, to open it up on a screen. They changed the formation late in the down to set up Johnson on the screen. And you can see the tackle by Javon Williams and the finish by Matt Walsh.
Junior from Pompano Beach, Florida, Avery Johnson, the LSU transfer, is shaken up. Avery Johnson, injured Cincinnati receiver, being helped to the Bearcat locker room, holding his left hand very gingerly. That doesn't look good. pink CBS Sports logo on the eye bars in honor of Breast Cancer Awareness Month. Matt Walsh, team captain, the pink armbands, pink pom-poms. Our stats ace, Rick Weiner, in the booth, has a pink tie today in honor of breast cancer awareness. First down. Moore, pump fake. End zone. Rollins trying to bring it in. Cannot, incomplete. Bearcats trying to find the end zone for the first time. Low snap. Boone runs into Carazola and company. And he powers his way inside the 10 to about the 9. A gain of 1 there for Mike Boone. Third down again.
A couple of low snaps from Deshaun Bond today. A little bit uncharacteristic. Let's take a look here, though. Where's Nate Cole at? We've got to locate him right here in the slot.
On third down, Ormsby, pressure, more end zone for Lewis. Way overthrown, out of bounds, and incomplete. And for a third time, Josh Paisley will try to come on and convert for the Bearcats with a field goal.
So the UConn defense living up to what they do in the red zone. They want you to hit threes. I mean, and really, when you talk to Anthony Poindexter, their defensive coordinator, hold them to 3 points or less, and they work hard at it during the offseason. And you're seeing it here this afternoon in the red zone, one of the nation's best defenses.
He's got it. Career day for Josh Paisley, the junior so far. Transfer from Highland Community College. Has got 3, but Anthony Poindexter, legend at Virginia, number retired, great defensive back for the Cavaliers in his college days. Now the DC at UConn. Got to be happy because the defense, well, it's only 9-0. They played well. Thursday, your weekend starts here when the Denver Broncos battle the San Diego Chargers. Thursday Night Football on CBS and NFL Network. Let's hear the preview, Corey.
Well, the preview for me?
Yeah, on that game.
Yeah, well, 6 touchdowns for Melvin Gordon this year, but not even averaging 4 yards per carry. Jason Verrett, ACL injury out for San Diego. And other injuries starting to mount up on that side of the ball. You already lost Keenan Allen. But these guys, the long snapper. Hey, Sidney Turchin, are you down there? You grab it, you put up Mike Wynn, a long snapper. I can't believe it. Finally, a long snapper gets it.
It all comes down to special teams, Corey. Come on.
Hey, we finally got an individual graphic on a long snapper. It's their day.
Jones kicks off to Newsome. Markel Newsome is dangerous. He is their home run hitter. A flag flies. And Edwards on the play on special teams.
During the return, holding number 33 of the receiving team. 10-yard penalty, first down.
See it in that area. He tries to take him to the ground. Natural tendency when somebody gets by you on special teams, Dave, you're going to hold. The same thing that happens on offense. The offensive tackle, somebody gets by you, your natural tendency is to not let them get by you. Frustrates coaches.
Chris Britton Jr., guilty party there for Bobby Yako. Backs up the Husky offense and Sheriffs, and it's been a struggle. Trying to get anything going on offense for UConn here. Season opener against Maine, a 7-7 game at half. Down 21-7 at half to Navy. Only scored 3 points against UVA in a game they won eventually. First half. Early offense. Not much. Maybe it changes here with Arkel Newsome. A nice run. Zach Edwards wrestles him down. A nice one-on-one physical confrontation. Gain of 15.
Well, you said it best. I mean, look at this one-on-one tackle in the alley. by Edwards, and that's why you want him back on the field. The senior leader making really what could have been a touchdown saving tackle.
Edwards missed most of the prior 3 games before USF with a leg injury, back and healthy now for Cincinnati. On first down, Sheriffs unloads, deep ball, Edwards closest to it. On a pass intended for Tyreek Beals, incomplete.
You can see his vision. They're running Thomas on a shallow cross stop, and he has a little bit of a step, but that's another good coverage by Mike Tyson, who's been really, along with Edwards, the 2 stalwarts this afternoon so far in this Bearcat secondary. Both players, you expect them as seniors to play their best, and that's what you're getting so far here today.
Second down. Sheriffs lunging Lamel, and he makes the catch. It's a gain of 11 for Brian Lamel.
I don't think that's a catch. If that other one wasn't a catch, then how is that a catch? Are they going to review that one?
We'll find out. Got to come from the replay booth. UConn gets the snap off. It's irrelevant.
Starting to wonder, do they know what the catch is now?
Second catch of the year for Lamel. Whoop, there it comes. Must have heard Corey Chambers.
The ruling on the field is a completed catch for a first down that plays under review.
Well, I'm going to say this much. I'm having a tough time figuring out when we come travel up here to UConn what's the catch or not. So I'm not going to. But for me, for what they said wasn't a catch before, then how is that a catch? Now, his hands are underneath it just like the other catch. Now, what's different about the other one they said wasn't a catch?
I agree with that first call, and Cole did not have control going to the ground, still juggling. Now, the nose of the ball here, you can see it moving a little bit as he gets to the ground. His hands are underneath it. There is some movement as he hits the ground. So I mean, it is questionable.
Is there any difference between that? Is a little difference between that one and the other one?
Not as much movement on a Lamel catch, as I thought, as the Nate Cole catch.
Well, since you got that one right, we'll just kind of lean towards you. Because hey, I'm not even going to act like on that one. Because, you know, both of them to me, going all the way back to the Myers one a couple weeks back, where if the ground causes it to move or assist you in the process of the catch, it's not supposed to be. Let's see if I can try to zoom in. Oh. Yeah, it's on the ground. Ground part of that catch, Dave?
I think so. Ball's moving, bottom line, when he hit the ground. Let's find out from Michael Rocha, our referee today.
After review, the ruling on the field will stand. It'll be a first down for UConn.
Come on. Hey, listen, I don't know what's going on, man. So give them credit. Inconsistent, consistent.
Brian Lamel, senior from the capital city of Harrisburg, Pennsylvania, has his second catch of the season. Sheriff's only one for his last 6. Got to get going here for UConn.
They needed that completion. Maybe that will begin to get him into some sort of rhythm moving forward.
Screen pass, Arkell Newsom gets that touch. Mark Wilson trying to find him, and does, with some pretty good closing speed. How many times can they get Arkell Newsom the ball? An absolute high school legend in this state of Connecticut. Arkell had 187 career touchdowns in high school. You heard that right, 187. Got the potential. Thomas the touch. Zach Edwards has the tackle on Noel Thomas, but a sticks route to midfield, and the Huskies move the chains, first down.
And I think this is where Sheriffs is at its best in this hurry-up version of their offense. I mean, you can see the accuracy begin to improve. They're not getting in a huddle. They're lining up with some empty and open formations. This time they have stacked looks on the outside. It just seems like this is more of what he likes to do.
Sheriff 7 of 15, 9 of 16. Passing to Thomas on that screen. They try to block it well on the edge and covered pretty well up there by Cincinnati.
Once again, no huddle. There's 4 minutes left in the half, and they're in a no huddle mode right now.
Second down. Newsom, screen pass. Tyson finds Arkell Newsom and makes the play. Help there from Kevin Muhan. Younger brother of Silverberry, who's a great player at Cincinnati.
And Muhan's had an excellent season. There's Tyson again. Both of those players have been very active. Muhan came into the game with 7 tackles for losses, and a lot of them have been violent.
Third down. Got to imagine 4-down territory here for Babiaka. Lamel the drop, and it's incomplete. Thomas was right there hoping that might be a fumble. Incomplete pass. Now decision time for Babiaka. On 4th down and in desperate need of something to happen in a positive manner for UConn here.
All they were doing with those really one-step screens, those were essentially running plays, but they were doing it from an open formation. So here, do you go to some type of rollout? Do you run the football as a changeup? I believe you try to get the ball to Noel Thomas in the slot.
Big play, 4th down. Sheriffs, QB draw. Bryant Sheriffs powers through traffic and does have the UConn first down. Gets to the 39 of Cincinnati. Biggest play of the day, Corey, for UConn. Trying to get something happening here.
Well, they follow behind Ron Johnson. Watch number 3. He's going to lead up for him, and that's who he ends up trying to get a running lane behind. And Johnson doesn't really get a block, but he gets in the way of Eric Wilson just enough for Sheriffs to really get low and pick up their first down.
Huskies 8 of 10 this year on 4th down conversions. Pretty impressive. Ron Johnson gets a touch. First down run play for Ron, the junior from Naples, Florida. It's a gain of 3.
Here's Noel Thomas at the slot. Down here at the bottom of your screen. Let's see if they try to get him a little bit more involved as they get closer to the red zone.
On 2nd down, Sheriffs reads through his progressions and then keeps. Cortez Broughton at the bottom of the pile. On with Kamani Fitz. It's a gain of 3 there for UConn.
1 1,000, 2 1,000, and hey, he's already off and running, and there's Broughton inside along with Fitz, who's played a good game today. I mean, they're doing a good job of keeping their rush lanes, and I feel like Cincinnati kind of has a feel on what he's going to do in the pocket.
2 minutes left down our first half. UConn 2 timeouts. Bearcats all 3 remaining. Team captain passing off to Myers, has his first catch cut down by Alex Thomas. Tommy Myers, big reception. Less than 2 minutes to go in the half.
And Broughton couldn't quite get his hands up enough to tip that pass. And this has really been what has been Sheriff's calling card, the possession out route throws. There have been a lot of 3-step drops within his game today where he's been most effective. And in the screen game, those are the ways in which he's been effective today.
On 1st down, Sheriffs unloads to Lamel. It's going to be intercepted. Picked off by Lyndon Stevens in the end zone for Cincinnati. And here comes the run back. Out of bounds to the 14. 5th career interception for Lyndon Stevens, and the 2nd thrown today by Bryant Sheriffs. And the fans here at Rensselaer Field are extremely displeased.
Start off up here at the top. This is where you're going to get Stevens, and watch what he does. He just back off of this coverage. They give him one look. He's playing man-to-man coverage, so Sheriffs thinks he's got an opening over here, but he stays on top of Lamel and beats him to the spot. So you got a one-on-one. I mean, it's not actually not a bad read by Sheriffs, but guess what? LaMelo got beat to the ball. Wasn't a good job by the receiver. I'm not going to put that one on Brian Sheriffs. It was a better play by Lyndon Stevens, who in my opinion is more equipped to be on the outside than LaMelo.
Bearcats take over. Play fake, Hayden Moore. Throwing on first down. Gray's got the catch. On the bounds there by Javon Williams. So the Cincinnati defense taking advantage again of the miscue. And now forced 12 turnovers in the last 3+ games. Been a big part of the success this year. There's Avery Johnson has returned. That's good news for Cincinnati. Left early with a wrist injury. Moore scrambles. Pressure from Ormsby. Throws in the move. Vontae Diggs closest to it. Back down to Melanie Collins.
Thanks, Dave. Just an update on Cincinnati wide receiver Avery Johnson. It was a left wrist injury. He initially walked off the field with the training staff to have it evaluated further. He has since returned to the field. Looks good to go. The training staff wrapped his wrist up, and he's just walking around the sideline right now carrying his helmet. So we should see him again in this game.
Yeah, looks pretty good there, Mel, on the sideline, ready to go. And one catch, 28 yards last week in that loss to USF. Good news for Cincinnati. Thanks, Mel. Thomas Geddes, true freshman, Pompano Beach, Florida's got his first catch.
He's 6'5". If he can get going, that may challenge who Mel was just talking about, Avery Johnson, for playing time. They've been trying to get him and Rollins involved in recent weeks.
So many great receivers, including the all-time reception leader in Cincinnati history, Shaq Washington, leaving after last year. Holton, Kay, among many. Shovel play there, looking for Boone, and it's incomplete. Carazola helped break it up. That play from the beginning did not develop well for Cincinnati.
And with 44 seconds to go in the half, as we take a look at the job by Carazola coming inside, also Cole Ormsby getting inside of Corey Cunningham, along with Foley Fatukazi, and they're about ready to snap another play.
Second down, here's more. Time. Intercepted, Obi Melifonwu. Oh, the pick for UConn. And the Huskies return the favor. His first pick of the year and 5th career interception. And UConn with 38 seconds and 1 timeout, a chance to get some points on the board here.
He's trying to throw a dig route, and he really just overthrows Devin Gray inside on the inside square end pattern. And Melifonwu, for safety, most of your interceptions aren't coming from when you break downhill and beat a receiver to the spot. The majority of your interceptions come on tips and overthrows. Another example there where Moore overthrew the receiver. As a safety, you have to take advantage of those opportunities. Melifonwu did.
Only the 2nd interception of the year for UConn. Summers has the other for the Huskies, as Moore has his 4th pick thrown of the year. Not a lot of time left. First half, Sheriffs in the offense. Caught. Beals. Tyreek Beals. Foot race. Touchdown, UConn. Just like that, 59 yards. We asked Bob Diaco yesterday about trying to get Tyreek Beals more involved. Only his 2nd touch of the season. Wilson knocked him toward the pylon. Michael Rhodes, the referee, is waiting, and we will have a review
on the
here.
field is completed catch for a touchdown. That plays under review.
Question being, did he get in? If it stands, the Huskies, their 4th touchdown of the year in the last 2 minutes of the first half. Let's find out. Wilson, the hit. Got to that pylon, he touched it, which is part of the end zone.
I think it's a touchdown.
I think so too.
That has to be a big confidence boost for this UConn offense, a third receiver making a big play. I think where he hits him, I never see his body go out of bounds or touch anywhere out of bounds, and the ball has already crossed the pylon. So I don't see any way they could overturn that one at all.
Ball breaks the plane, pylon part of the end zone. Looks good. It is close, but boy, is Beals pumped up, the true sophomore from East Orange, New Jersey.
Well, his body would have to hit out of bounds before the ball crosses the plane. It crosses it right there, and his body still hasn't hit out of bounds anywhere. So,
after review, the ruling on the field is confirmed. It is a touchdown.
And finally, UConn scores some points today. First touchdown catch of the year for Tyreek Beals. Really have been invisible in this offense, with Noel Thomas taking over as the top target for Brian Sheriffs. And a drive that started with only 38 seconds left in the half results quickly in a touchdown for UConn. Bobby Puyol has a point after. And how about this? A game so dominated by Cincinnati through almost the entire first half is now just 9-7.
Well, here's a guy to take a look at in the crosshairs, and that's Zach Edwards. And what they do is they run a little different route combination. They'll take him to the flats, and they isolate Edwards one-on-one with Beals. Now watch the poor angle by Edwards, Dave. You're up here one-on-one, and you settle your feet. You take a poor inside-out angle, and now Beals is off to the races. And what an effort by Eric Wilson, the linebacker, the middle linebacker, almost stopping him from scoring. But it was the poor angle by Edwards, who's been struggling with a hamstring injury that you talked about a little bit earlier, that caused the mishap in coverage.
The senior returned against USF last week, 9 tackles. At that time, got caught up, feet crossed up, and results in the Beals touchdown. It's the longest play Cincinnati has given up all year. Puyol kicks off. Bearcats do have 3 timeouts left. No script kick. Boone from the goal line. Mike Boone. Some room. Flags fly from all directions. Now this will come back. There are 4 flags down on the field.
It might be on Tion Green, his running back mate, number 7.
During the return, holding number 22, the receiving team. Half the distance to the goal, first down.
It's actually Deontay Buckley. He's a significant part of their special teams. You see him in that area here, holding maybe the best cover guy that I've seen on that kickoff team. You know, I studied that kickoff coverage.
I know you do. Aaron McLean.
Yeah,
He's a good one.
He's done an excellent job of covering. He's kind of turned into the new John Hicks. A couple years back was one of their better kickoff cover guys, now a backup, but McLean has played with some intensity on that unit.
Well, thanks to that penalty, Tommy Tuberville will take a knee here. As long as he gets the right personnel on the field and take no chances in the final moments of the half. Almost the entire opening 30 minutes dominated by Cincinnati. But in the last moments, Tyreek Beals gets loose on a Sheriff's pass, and he's in the end zone for a touchdown to make it 9-7 at the half. Things have really changed here in East Hartford today.
When you get a third receiver producing, it opens up your offense.
Sheriff's 11 of 21, 137 yards in the touchdown a moment ago to Tyreek Beals. Melanie Collins on the field with Cincinnati head coach Tommy Tuberville.
Thanks, Dave. Coach, 9 points on the board for your Bearcats, but you've had to settle for 3 field goals. What adjustments will you make before the second half?
Well, we got to get our quarterback to quit overthrowing the ball. I mean, we've had him wide open. He just made some bad throws, especially that one right there at the end. That was my fault. We should have never been throwing the ball in the middle of the field, 30 seconds to go. But we'll be fine. If he gets the ball down low, we got guys wide open. We just need to execute a little bit better.
Defensively, how encouraged have you been with that unit?
Yeah, we're doing good. You know, we got a couple of turnovers. Guys are playing hard. We pretty much shut their run game down except for a couple of plays, force them one-dimensional. When you do that, you got a chance.
Thank you, Coach.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Melanie, Coach Tuberville, thanks. And at the first half, scored 9-7. Cincinnati leading UConn. After the break, we'll send you to our CBS Sports Studio in New York for the halftime report, powered by Ram Trucks. You're watching college football on CBS Sports Network, the 24-hour home of CBS Sports. Darren Beals got by Zach Edwards and got down the sideline for a big touchdown play for UConn, and it's 9-7 getting set to start the second half. Welcome back to the booth in East Hartford, Rentschler Field. Dave Brown alongside Corey Chavis, former star defensive back at Vanderbilt, joined in a moment by Melanie Collins on the field again. So bottom line, 5 times in 6 games this year, UConn scored 7 or fewer points in the first half, but they're right back in this game.
They're right back in it, but I tell you what, the end of this game will come down to one thing: which team establishes balance and begins to finally put up some sort of running game.
Let's go back down to the field. Melanie Collins spoke with Bob Diaco, UConn's head coach.
Thanks, Dave. I did. I asked him about his quarterback, Brian Sheriffs. He said overall he's been happy with the way that he's been playing so far. His confidence is still high, and he said we will not make any changes at quarterback. The message to the team was execute offensively and don't let off the gas. Keep going hard.
Yeah, D, I'm a little surprised at Melanie, what she got from Bob Diaco. I think it has a lot to do with the fact that maybe he forgot about the mistakes earlier. And again, that other interception that he threw to LaMel wasn't really on him.
Bobby Puyol kicks off. Deep kick and through the end zone for a touchback.
Did you feel like Sheriffs had a consistent first half?
No.
In your mind?
No, I didn't. Let's check out the numbers. Maybe we'll back that up with the stats here. Another passing yards, 137. That's not too bad. Rush yards, boy, only 4. Anemic for Cincinnati in the opening 30 minutes. That's got to change. And Tommy Tuberville told us this week in our phone call with him, we need to run the football consistently to have a chance to be a championship team this year.
And when you really look into stats even a little bit more, some of that is Sheriffs running the football on design runs. He picked up 1 third down on the quarterback draw. So they haven't been able to get their running game going. And certainly Cincinnati hasn't gotten anything going on the ground at all.
Second half underway. Pivotal game for each in the American Conference, and a drop for Cole. Had a drop as well in that first half on a 4th down conversion try. Did have 1 big catch in the opening half. And a couple of miscues there for Nate Cole in this game.
You know, one thing I'm a little bit surprised about too, Rhino, why not make Summers, at playing safety for the first time, get more involved in the run adjustments in terms of running the football? Right now, they're just allowing him to cover.
Pressure off the edge this time on a blitz, and the run play goes up the middle. 3rd down coming up. What's at stake here? Well, neither team has won in the American Conference yet. East Carolina's playing at USF today. The Bulls just drilled Cincinnati last week. UCF's game with Tulane postponed by Hurricane Matthew until November 5th. 3rd down. Moore throwing. Johnson spins and makes a great catch to Shumby Johnson in front of Leavenworth. Another one-handed grab, second one-hander we've seen today.
Man, I mean,
wow.
You want to talk about some body control. Watch this snatch. Wake up. Man, I mean, he did it in just, well, I tell you what, that's great hand-eye coordination.
Gain 16, Johnson's first catch of the year. Green runs into trouble. Michael Myers, the captain, thumps him. Had a nice chat with Michael yesterday. How much can he bench press?
495 pounds. Hey, I told him, I said, don't worry, we'll make sure we get that on the air.
I wanted to be sure we got that on today.
Hey, man, and he's played very well today against Deshaun Bond. Probably one of his toughest matchups this year. He's doing well.
Play fake. Second down. Catch made by Gray and Williams. And Vontae Diggs into the stop defensively there for UConn. I want to get back to your point about Summers. And in that safety spot, it's a brand new position for him. How tough is that?
I think it's very tough. I remember the first time I switched mid-season, I had to go against Brett Favre. And you playing corner, you move inside. Why not attack him in the run game a little bit? Right now, this is all about passing formations.
Third down, Green, motion man, sprint right, pass broken up. Vontae Diggs got up and got a piece.
And he's actually lucky that Diggs got up and got a piece, because I think Summer was about to actually pick this pass off. He almost picked it off himself.
Well, he sure did.
I mean, I wouldn't mind seeing him on the basketball court. You think he can dunk? That was
absolutely.
That was pretty impressive.
6'2", 225, Vontae Diggs, nice play.
And he's been making a lot of big plays in recent weeks. He's starting to come into his own.
Sam Geraci punts here for Cincinnati. Ryan Lamel makes a fair catch outside the 10. Defense does the job. Vontae Diggs got some hops. Broke that pass up. 9-7 game. Vontae Diggs, big play on defense for UConn. They've been stout today. Put on the short field a couple times. We check in with our Lowe's game improvement scoring.
Well, we talked about back-to-back, the two running backs for Cincinnati, only 9 rush yards. They have gotten off the field on third down defensively. And then in terms of UConn's offense, they didn't start early. They started late. Let's see if they can keep it going in the second half. 2 plays of 20-plus yards. More explosive plays needed from this UConn offense. Maybe the end of the half will ignite something for them here.
Lowe's never stop improving. Here come the Huskies. First possession, second half. UConn's trailed all game. Markel Newsome on first down. Rumbles ahead, Cortez Broughton. Bottom of the pile makes the play. Sophomore from Warner Robins, Georgia. Newsome such a key factor in this offense. Moving a little faster now. Frank Verducci, the offensive coordinator.
They got Thomas inside in the slot position here, the number 3 slot.
On second down, Newsome. Pinball through traffic. Brazil at the bottom there of the stack makes the play. Landon Brazil, sophomore from Dayton, Ohio. Numbers on Sheriffs. Couple of picks. Stevens and Thomas in the first half, but that very late touchdown connection to Tyreek Beals turned things around dramatically. Adjustments made here pre-snap on each side. Third down. Screen pass. Markel Newsome has the catch. Kennard has Newsome, but not before he gets a first down for UConn.
That was a good adjustment because they pretty much rubbed Antonio Kennard. They were in man coverage, and he couldn't get outside. Watch number 42 try to get over the top. He's wide open because that's who had him in man coverage, number 42, Kennard.
Chess match there for that snap. First down for UConn. Babiaco more than content to work clock. Time of possession. Big part of the UConn game plan. Just gets it off before the delay of game, and Ron Johnson up the middle. Stopped there by Eric Wilson.
One thing that I think is important for me and you to know is that Alec Bloom, number 86, and Tommy Myers You're only going to be able to have one of them in the game when you open the formations up like that, and that's two of their better players. So there does come at a risk taking some of your better players off the field with these open formations.
Johnson, rumble ahead for 6 on first down, so 2nd and 4 here. Sheriffs, QB draw, running for a first down and then some. Finally stopped there by Kamani Fitz for Cincinnati. 10 yards for UConn, first down.
And Ryan Crozier, number 63, he leads up for him. And he ends up really making a really good block on Kennard. Knockdown block, he'll get credited for that in the film room, but Sheriff's doing just enough to keep the chains moving.
On first down, Johnson up the middle. Wow, sent right back there by Eric Wilson. 3 double-figure games in tackles for Wilson this year. Senior from Redford, Michigan, one of the best in the American Conference.
He came into the game with 54 tackles, and he got underneath Johnson's pad level, 225 pounds. You better get low.
Second down, screen play, set up. Old Thomas lunging ahead across the 45 of the 46. Shot a first down gain of 3 there for Thomas. Such a spectacular season. 6 catches, 37 yards for Knoll today. Lit up Houston for a career high 135 yards in UConn's last game a week ago Thursday. Third down, again the QB draw. Sheriffs elevates, wow! Up and over midfield for the first down for UConn. Bryant Sheriff shows some athleticism, gain of 6.
He's following behind Arkiel Newsom, and then he just jumps over the tackle attempt of Antonio Kennard. And I think this is why he's the team captain. They know he'll put his body on the line week in and week out.
First down, Newsom makes the cut. Stopped by Tyrell Gilbert. It's a gain of 3. It's not often you see anyone running the football near midfield go up like that. Generally it's around the goal line that guys are trying to jump over tacklers, but that was a spectacular effort for Sheriffs to get that first down.
Well, it'd be hard not to like him if you're his teammate, because he plays the game the way it's supposed to be played, regardless of position.
Second down. Newsom a drop. It's incomplete. Looked upfield just for a second. That one glance, Corey. How many times have we seen that? Where the receiver is thinking about where the defense might be before he grabs it.
There's been about 4 or 5 drops. And you've got this set up pretty well. You've got your big blocking tight end outside. And we're talking about number 80, Tommy Myers. You got Bills outside blocking. And then you've got another receiver. I mean, you might have some real estate there. It could have been a big play. But now you're back in a 3rd down situation. 3rd down and 7. I think it's important for Cincinnati to locate this man right here, Noel Thomas. He's the player that he likes to go to in these 3rd and long situations.
Sheriff some time. Now pressure from Broughton. Flushed. Sheriff's going to run with it. Bryant Sheriffs breaks a tackle. First down and then some for UConn. Stopped by Gilbert and Tyson. But the want to from Bryant Sheriffs, a gain of 10.
There's a couple of missed tackles that allow him to get some yards after contact, but I think this is more about what's in between his chest and more than anything else what we've seen here in the 3rd quarter.
12th play, this long drive. Sprint right. Johnson the cut block. Beals the reception. And Johnson bumps him ahead a little bit. And it's about half a yard shy of the marker needed for the first down. Needs the 25. 2nd and short.
It's the same play we saw against Syracuse a couple of weeks. It's called a dash pass. Number 3, Johnson, he cuts and is required to secure the edge for the rollout of Sheriffs, and he cut Kevin Muhan.
Second and short. Sheriffs, time, takes a shot. Thomas! Touchdown, UConn. Noel Thomas. There are flags down. It's going to be interference against Cincinnati, and it'll count for a 26-yard TD.
Pass interference, number 13 of the defense. That penalty's declined. The result of the play is a touchdown.
This is just one-on-one with Coleman, who's in pretty good position, and he gets a hand, but it's a little bit stronger hands from Thomas, who just wrestles it away from Coleman at the catch point.
Puyol has the PAT, and for the first time today, UConn has a lead. 14-9. Noel Thomas electrifying all season for the Huskies. Third touchdown catch of the year. Beats Grant Coleman. Celebration time for the Huskies. They've got a lead today on Cincinnati. Seven catches, 63 yards, and a touchdown a moment ago from Brian Sheriff for Noel Thomas, senior leader from Norwalk, Connecticut. Long scoring drive, and the only touchdown of the first half last game for UConn against Houston came on a Sheriff's to Thomas connection as well. First time today UConn is ahead, 14-9. They scored 14 straight points. Bearcats led 9-0 and appear to be in complete control of the game at the very end of the first half until a pick thrown by Hayden Moore. And then a Beals touchdown catch. Puyol kicks off. Boone thought about it. Came pretty close, but the ball needs to break the plane of the goal line for him to go out. If he came back, it would have been a safety. It is ruled a touchback. This is close, Corey.
And we've had some in this stadium before. Tion Green.
Where's the ball?
Definitely doesn't break it. So, but this is a big drive for Hayden Moore. I mean, we started the game off talking about gonna kill 50 career touchdown passes. He's playing third string. He's the team captain for today's game. You've got Ross Trail, who was a 3- and 4-star recruit by some behind. And I think he's played okay in the first half, but expectations were higher for him going into this game than in many of his others in the past.
Bearcats, Khalil Lewis on that jet sweep. Stopped by Williams and Matt Walsh. And Williams looks like he's shaking up a little bit. It's a gain of 4 there. Well, you think about Cincinnati having all those chances in the first half quarter to score touchdowns, got the 3 field goals. It'd be a much different game if they had cashed in. Couldn't do it.
Didn't run the ball.
Second down. More throwing. Brought in. Cole the catch, and Diggs just about had the interception for UConn. Instead, Nate Cole has got it. Big pickup for the Bearcats. It's a gain of 25.
That's a matchup again, this time against Summers. And it's a little bit of zone underneath. So that's really the curl hook dropper, and Diggs trying to help him out.
First down. Low ball and incomplete. Intended again for Cole. Diggs and Javon Williams again on coverage there for UConn.
Summers is leaving the game, and they're going to bring in number 29, Anthony Watkins, at safety. Summers just left the game with some sort of injury, and Watkins is now in the game. Let's look at Diggs, but Watkins is playing safety for Summers now.
And we saw Cole limp off a bit there for Cincinnati. He's shaking up, being treated now. Second down, pressure Ormsby, brought in by Devin Gray. And Williams has the play, but a good pickup again for Cincinnati as Gray has become one of the top targets. Zach Taylor, new offensive coordinator, told us this week he's been great all year long.
He pushes cornerbacks off the ball. He's a little bit stronger than you would think at 177 pounds. Zach Taylor said he doesn't talk much, but he's reliable.
Junior college transfer. First down. Moore flushed by Ormsby. but Cole can't make the play, and Levenberry comes up and does drop Hayden Moore. It's a gain of 2 there for Moore and the Bearcats. Numbers so far today. UC has not scored a touchdown, just 3 field goals from Josh Paisley. Second down, pressure. Foley, Fatu, Kasi with a sack of Hayden Moore.
Well, he's going to come inside. They cross block it, and he ends up really, they confuse Deshaun Bond inside and get him an open.
Loss of 7. Third down, pocket collapses again. Moore, some contact, trying to get that to Gray. It's incomplete. And Anthony Poindexter, defensive coordinator for UConn, is pumped up as the defense stands tall again. Punt time for Cincinnati.
Well, I mentioned it earlier in the game. I think that's the down where all of those defensive backs, with Summers at safety, you got John Green on the field. Now you begin to have Anthony Poindexter. You can see him happy on the sidelines because those cover guys are getting it done.
DeRacy punting to Lamel. Fair caught at the 10.
You see Diaco really giving the signals, happy how his defense is performing.
UConn a 14-9 lead on Cincinnati. Under 4 minutes remaining in our third quarter here from East Hartford. Coming up next, our full slate of college football action continues. Greg Ward Jr. and 6th-ranked Houston takes on Navy as they continue their step toward a possible national championship this year against the Mids Indianapolis. Only on the 24-hour home of CBS Sports. Western Michigan, a great year as well. It's all coming your way. As we take a look at the AP poll powered by Ram Trucks. Alabama, Arkansas, challenging game tonight. How about Indiana, Ohio State? Any chance there for the Hoosiers against the Buckeyes?
I think it's going to be tough, particularly going on the road. It's a big victory over Michigan State. Tough to match that intensity in back-to-back weeks.
UConn back in the field offensively here. Defense has been tough.
And they've run the ball 12 times on first down and thrown an 11. Balance.
Running here. Arkel Newsome a seam. Some room. Arkel Newsome. It's a foot race. He's caught by Thomas. Big pickup for the Huskies. We told you he's a home run hitter. "67 yards.
It was all set up by number 62, Tommy Hopkins. He opens it up inside, and then he got a help from Knappe on the outside. But Tommy Hopkins, the guard, set it up.
Perhaps a broken play there. And Sheriff's muscles ahead to the 20. Does get a couple.
Well, Hopkins returning to action. He's been out. And Frank Verducci talked about his reliability.
First 6 possessions, not much going on. The last 2, couple touchdowns and on the move again. And Newsome up to 100 yards on 7 carries. Flags and whistles.
False start, number 62, the offense. It's a 5-yard penalty, second down.
We're just talking about Thomas Hopkins there.
Man, I jinxed him. Sorry, Tommy.
Redshirt junior from Hawthorne, New York. 12 starts last year at guard for Frank Verducci, the offensive coordinator for UConn. But as Corey talked about, hurt in the season opener against Maine. A knee injury on a Ron Johnson touchdown run. And returning today, key block to spring Newsome's long run. First time UConn's had a 100-yard rusher all year. Ron Johnson, off right tackle, bowls over a tackler. Eric Wilson, the ball came out at the end of the run. Hang on here. Called down by the officials. Wilson had him by one leg. The ball came out. Now a wrestling match and a scrum ensues. It is called down by the officials, no fumble.
They're probably going to take a look at that one again. And let's see if.
Ruling on the field as the runner was down before the ball became loose. It'll be third down.
That was close.
Very close.
Like Zach Edwards was
sure
able
did.
to
He
punch
ripped it out.
Yeah. And he fumbled in the fourth quarter, or fumbled against Navy, and that was a big play in that game. So we'll see what happens here.
Tommy Tuberville can initiate
Ruling
a
on the field
challenge.
as the runner was down before the ball became loose. The play's under review.
Just an official review. Well, let's take a look here. Edwards ripped it out as Johnson was efforting some extra yards, Corey.
Well, that's the best look. If we can, we'll try to see if it's coming loose before this knee hits, and I think it is.
Wow, that's close.
Yeah, if you
that is close.
You take it back just a little bit, we can spotlight his knee as it begins to come loose about here. And his elbow, that's another thing you got to look at, was that elbow down.
Look at the daylight. That left knee coming down. The ball's out.
Well, you got to look at the elbow. You got to look at the elbow.
The elbow, you're right.
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah, so I mean, that's the big thing we got to look at here. Is the
Elbow
left
to the knee.
elbow.
Contact point would be down. Let's see here. Left elbow then, not the knee. Elbow, full contact. Oh.
Yeah, it looks like it's almost simultaneous. I don't know if they can overturn that, but if you're going by that fraction of a excellent shot.
That is close. Tommy Tuberville was ready to use that one challenge he's got, but then you lose a timeout if it's not uphill, so that's dangerous to use in the second half. I was hoping for the official review, which we got. Here it is, full speed.
Yeah, from that angle, it looked like to me, just live, that if you were looking at it from that angle, that would have been a fumble. So
Key's the elbow. It's down. Yeah. Oh, got to really slow that down, I think, as the elbow hits. That's the key. Replay official did request our CBS Sports Network production crew run that at full speed to get another look at it live, or a live look, on tape. Oh, that's awfully close. From that angle, it looked like the elbow was still up, had not quite made contact with the grass, and Edwards had ripped it out. Let's see here. Left elbow, Corey. This is the key look. Watch the ball. Elbow, ball. I think it's out.
Yeah,
I think it's out, but so barely. This is a very big call coming up here.
Is that enough to overturn
this is a huge call
on
in the third quarter here late, as UConn is driving up by 5 points.
I don't know if they had enough evidence to overturn it, though.
Let's see.
After review, the ruling on the field stands with UConn's ball third down.
Big call. It was very close. And Ron Johnson's upset at himself for fumbling. Frustrated. The good news is he and Huskies didn't lose the ball.
Well, that's a sigh of relief. And it's not just him. It's the running backs coach, too, David Corley. He's also had a sigh of relief. I want to have those guys fumbling like they did against Navy.
It's third down after review.
Playing off of Noel Thomas in the slot.
Newsom sent backwards. Edwards and Coleman got to him.
I believe they could have just stood up and thrown a little one-step screen to Noel Thomas, and he would have picked up the 2 yards. Nobody was walked out over him in the slot.
It's a gain of 2, short by yards. So Newsom of the offense off the field. Here comes Puyol trying a field goal.
This is what I was talking about a second ago, Dave. Look at the room they're giving Noel Thomas here in the slot. You pick it up and just throw it to him, it's the first time.
From 30. Upright. And through and good for UConn. The left upright and the friendly bounce. All that matters, they went through. And it's 3 points for UConn. 17-9 game. Andrew Gantz not kicking this year, so reliable throughout his great career for Cincinnati. So Bobby Puyol taking over this game for UConn. He's made 6 straight, dating back to last year. What do you think, Corey? Was this block partially deflected, maybe right there by a
that hand in that
Bearcat hand in there?
I think that's what caused the ball to go off track.
That's what I thought.
And you don't want to first
right.
So
look at that.
Man,
that's a friendly bounce for Bobby Puyol and UConn. 32 of 39 field goals made in his career.
He's starting to turn their way a little bit in this game.
17 straight Husky points after trailing 9-zip. No doubt this time for Mike Boone.
If you don't get the running game going and you continue to stay one-dimensional, and I'm talking about whether it's Tion Green or Mike Boone, somebody's got to get going in the running game, because I don't know if they can just throw the ball against this UConn secondary. With the changes they've made, putting Jamar Summers at safety today, they're tough to throw against, and that's what we've seen today.
In this game, as you see the 17-point run for Bob Diaco and the Huskies, right in their wheelhouse, limiting Cincinnati to 8 rushing yards.
8, man, look at that.
8.
8 yards?
Just shocking.
Hey, listen, you're not going to beat a lot of people with 8 yards rushing.
They run for 149.4 a game. That's only 89th in the nation of 128 FBS teams, but still, 8. That guy deserves some credit. Dialing up great defense today. Husky DC Anthony Poindexter. First down, roll left, more throws. Deep ball, almost intercepted. Somehow Summers can't come down with that deep ball.
Well, those angles off of the hash at safety a little bit different than that corner. 8 interceptions a year ago. Now this is off as a safety. It's a little bit different tracking the ball, Dave, from the middle of the field going out towards the sidelines. And he's kind of smiling about it because he knows he let an opportunity slip through his grasp.
As Corey has pointed out, playing safety today, not corner. Second down. Khalil Lewis the catch. Diggs finds Lewis right away. Beats the block from Coswell with a flag down. That makes a really nice defensive play for UConn. Monte Diggs has been all over the field today.
He really has.
Personal foul, illegal block below the waist, number 18 of the offense. The penalties decline, they're down.
Penalty was on Cogswell, that is decline. Lack of production from Tion Green, Mike Boone today, the running game. It's a big surprise, Corey, based on what they've done in their great careers.
Yeah, you think about Mike Boone, 18 runs in his career of 20-plus yards. So he's an explosive back. He just hadn't gotten the touches today.
Third down, more passing. Little pressure, deep ball, incomplete. Looks for Cole. Summers on coverage.
Hey, listen, Dave, that's what I'm talking about. You're not going to get a lot of mileage throwing against Summers in the slot. They're able to play pretty much back here. All of these guys, they can play man-to-man coverage, all of them. So now when you have Summers at safety, it allows you to do a lot more defensively as a nickel. He locks down Cole in the slot.
Geraci punting. Brian Lamel makes a fair catch at the 39, and UConn defense has been tough today.
And hey, Geraci's he's built like a linebacker, right?
He's huge. Feeling warm-ups. Can't believe how big he is for a punter. 37-yard kick there for Sam. Junior from Cincinnati.
Got his own gun show going on.
Anthony Poindexter is pumped up, and you and Anthony are good friends. Good to see you guys reunite yesterday, and he has absolutely led a tremendous effort today for this defense.
Yeah, he's done a good job. I think that their entire staff needs some credit, particularly his co-defensive coordinator, Vincent Brown. I mean, along with Kevin Woldhausen, a lot of these guys have done a really good job on the defensive end today.
How about that? UConn's we talked about, top of the broadcast, playing from behind so often. Biggest lead of the year. It's only 17-9. Zone replay. Arkel Newsome battles through traffic. Lujan makes the play, but it's a pretty good pickup at the end of the third quarter. Gain of 5 for Arkel Newsome. End of 3. 17-9. UConn looking for his first league win of the year. And Brian Sheriff's tremendous effort along with Thomas leading them that way. You're watching college football on CBS Sports Network, the 24-hour home of CBS Sports. Let's have a look at the game summary brought to you by Bud Light here, Corey, and see how this game is completely turned around.
Yeah, it has. I mean, the rush yards is the balance. 173 yards rushing, 180 yards passing. And let's face it, when you run the ball for 8 yards through 3 quarters, man, I've never, that's kind of tough.
Underway in our fourth quarter here today. 17-9 game. Huskies hoping for their 3rd win of 2016. Sheriff's throwing. Newsome a catch. Lost the ball. The officials indicate it is Husky ball here. So, Corey, as we start the fourth, you think about the Cincinnati lead. It was 9-0 when Josh Paisley hit his 3rd field goal with 7:05 to go second quarter, and the Huskies have totally turned this game around. How have they done that?
Well, they've done it with a couple different things. Running the football, probably the only thing more surprising than Cincinnati's lack of an ability to run the football that you didn't finish your halftime meal over here. But seriously, I think
Wayne punting. And Beal indicates for a fair catch and makes the grab in traffic at the 15. So that's where Cincinnati takes over, but they have just struggled mightily on offense against Bob Diaco's defense. Since the second quarter, it's been all Huskies. Coach Diaco is fired up.
Welcome back, everybody. UConn leading Cincinnati by a score of 17-9. And Cincinnati is just one of a few teams in college football to wear these Russell Athletic Carbon Tech shoulder pad system. Now, I actually put this to the test before the game started. These are so cool. They're actual scraps from Boeing 787 Dreamliner airplanes that are being used to protect these players. The carbon fiber provides greater mobility and durability. It's actually thinner and stronger and approximately 10% lighter than other shoulder pads. Cam Newton wears these. Pierre Garçon wears these. Auburn and Clemson both wear these. And the exoskeleton is fitted to the athlete's shoulders for enhanced comfort. So just a really cool way to repurpose discarded airplane material. Guys, up to you.
Melanie, it didn't seem like they were bothering you when they would knock you down the shoulders. They need to go down a little bit harder to get you ready for the pregame.
Great stuff, Mel. First down. Tion Green. Bouncing through traffic, muscles ahead. That's about the 19. As Cincinnati takes over. It is a one-score game, Corey, but you just wouldn't know it. UConn has taken this game over with complete control since, again, about 7 minutes left in that first half.
And you're right, Dave, and I think to change that tide, last run, maybe you go back to that.
We are experiencing some technical difficulties. We apologize for that. Get those fixed as quickly as possible. Here's second down. Khalil Lewis has the catch. Huskies trying to rip that ball out at the end of the run. Stopped by Myers. Gain at 6 is a first down for the Bearcats. Play fake, Morris throwing. Because the run game has not produced anything, and he bounces that one to Devin Gray. With Williams on coverage incomplete.
I mean, I get it. I mean, this is a defense has struggled, giving up some big plays in recent weeks. But the move of Summers inside, we talked about it all afternoon. And Green's development in the offseason, the former wide receiver, makes it tough to throw on them.
On second down, Cole brings this one in. And Summers wrestles him out of bounds. Fifth catch of the game for Nate Cole. And a first down for the Bearcats here as Hayden Moore, sophomore from Clay, Alabama, taking over for Gunnar Keel. Out for a couple games. Ross Trail replaced him. Ankle's okay. Moore's back. Now he's got to lead them to a victory here. Not yet. Cole Ormsby overwhelms Hayden Moore for a sack.
He was a player we spotlighted in the open. What would he do? Would he be able to build on the Houston game? One-on-one with Tion Green, runs right through him. And that's a tough matchup. We were talking to Michael Myers. He talked about Cole Ormsby lifts with him. And if he's 495 pounds, he's over 400 bench pressing.
Johnson and Moore on that RPO. Some communications issues there. And third down and 13 coming up. UC just really looks completely out of whack offensively.
The run pass option almost was an option for a touchdown for UConn.
$12 rushing yards. That's been it for Cincinnati. Passing down here for sure. Third 13. Gray has the catch. Sideline route. Perfect throw. And a strike from Moore to Devin Gray. First down.
And when he does it well in terms of the balance, getting to the top of his drop, throwing on the first hitch, he can do it and make it look as pretty as any quarterback in the nation. Look at this pass, the anticipation, and Gray gets open.
Gain of 19. Moore throwing on first down for Johnson. Had some separation with John Green. Flag flies. And it's going to be offensive interference here against Avery Johnson.
Pass interference, number 13 of the offense. 15-yard penalty, first down.
He extended a little bit with that right hand. I don't know about that one, but I feel like Green stayed on top and was doing a good job of squeezing back as he was reading the angle or the arc of the throw. So a little bit of a questionable call against Johnson. I don't know if I agree with it, but nevertheless, back Cincinnati up.
$15-yard penalty. Gray on first down. The catch and run. Melon Fonwu had a pick in the first half for UConn. Bumps him out of bounds.
And I tell you what else it does. It makes them one-dimensional. You back up another 15 yards as you look at first-year offensive coordinator Zach Taylor, who I think has done a really good job with this offense. But today, they've been one-dimensional because they haven't been able to get a running game going.
Second down. This time there on that pass attempt to Devin Gray. Now, it was against Houston 2 games back for Cincinnati. And the Bearcats struggled with only 30 rushing yards against the Cougars, the nation's top rush defense. But boy, it's happened here today, and that means Moore's got to throw because the run game's not an option. And UConn's done a very good job of bottling up this UC offense overall. Third down again.
You got a matchup outside with Boone if you want it against a linebacker.
Huskies bring some pressure. Pass brought in by Boone. Now the tackle there of E.J. Levenberry. And he stopped at the 44-yard line shy of the marker. Needs the 39 for a Cincinnati first down. So now decision time for Tommy Tuberville. Short field, fourth down.
Well, that was a good read by Moore. He noticed the one-on-one with Boone against Levenberry. And unfortunately, he couldn't break that tackle for UC enough to not force them to punt.
No gamble here for Tommy Tuberville. DeRacy punts. Lamel hopes that will go into the end zone. It does not. And then does. for a touchback. Golden opportunity there for Cincinnati.
I tell you what, Geraci has to be scratching his head. For the second time in 2 weeks, this guy right here, Tion Green, cannot down a perfect punt inside the 5. Makes you shake your head if you're a Bearcat. Here's 17-9, UConn up over Cincinnati with 9:57 to go. Special teams, you only spotlight them when something bad happens. Perfect punt by Sam Geraci, and Tion Green cannot down it. Then Malik Clements comes in, he knocks it into the end zone. And look at Geraci's reaction. He's like, I cannot believe this. And that's the second week in a row, that similar reaction. Second week in a row, Tion Green did not down the ball inside the 5 to get his punters back.
Off the touchback, Huskies from their 20. Sheriffs fakes the jet sweep, carries himself, and hit by Edwards.
And look at the situation, though, Dave. Instead of having to go 98 yards or even maybe 50 or 60 yards for a field goal to make it a 2-score game, you significantly have changed field position. You only have to go 80. That's a big difference in yardage.
And
2 first downs.
Right in the wheelhouse of UConn. Time of possession, they got a 5-minute edge in that stat today. There'll be in no hurry whatsoever. Second down, Sheriff's gonna run again. Bryant Sheriff slides out of the tackle of Eric Wilson. Needed the 30 for the first down. Chains move. Gain of 7, first down.
And Sheriff's has been a big part of this run game. If it's not there, they're telling him just take off. And Crozier's been doing a good job. That's 2 knockdowns for Crozier on Kennard today alone. 51 yards rushing now for Sheriff's to go along with his passing numbers. He's been getting it done on the ground to complement what they've gotten out of Newsom.
Geraci got to be so frustrated on that Cincinnati bench. It was a perfect punt. And now the chains move for UConn. Getting even worse for the Huskies. Sheriffs ran for 95 yards against Maine in the season opener. Pump fake. Sheriffs delivers. Gilbert on coverage, incomplete. Looking there for Noel Thomas on the sideline route. Dangerous pass.
And think about it. You got your safety matched up with your best receiver. If you're Sheriffs, I'm taking that shot. I'm going to go ahead and get the one-on-one against the safety. And look at the play by Gilbert. You can see his ability to locate the football, and he's like a running back when he gets the ball in his hands.
Gilbert a pick 6 in the season opening win over UT Martin. It's a good one, secondary for Cincinnati. Someone's got to make a play for the Bearcats here. It might be on defense, the way the offense has just struggled. Second down, Sheriffs again going to run with it. Look for room, doesn't have any at all. Zach Edwards catches up with him. It's a loss of 2, and another crucial third down here for the Bearcat defense.
Well, you can't ask for anything better if you're defensive coordinator Robert Prunty. You're 3rd down and 12. You've got your option of what you want to do. I say close down the rush lane opportunities for Sheriff to take off and go back to maybe playing some zone coverage in the back end.
Big play, 3rd down. Play fake to Newsom. Sheriffs, lots of time. Throwing, Thomas has a catch. In front of Gilbert. Noel Thomas, gain of 20, first down UConn.
And he's on Gilbert again, one-on-one. Still having some form of zone match. And now they've created yet another one-on-one matchup for Thomas at the bottom down here with the quads look away against Thomas.
Thomas 8 catches, 83 yards, and a score today. And a run there. Cortez Broughton catches up with Sheriffs to the 49. Short gain on first down. Thomas had 14 catches the last time you and I here, Corey, in that 7-point loss to Syracuse. The most ever given up by a Syracuse defense to any receiver in school history. 14 catches. Bigger day for Amba Adetawa of the Orange, of course, with the 270 receiving yards, but Thomas has made a name for himself this year.
He has.
Second down, Sheriff's lost it. Good bounce right back to him. Kennard Broughton on the stop there for Cincinnati. As the clock continues to roll down here, 6.5 left in the fourth.
And he had a wide open Tariq Bills for another touchdown. Watch at the bottom off of this stack look. You're going to have Bills open up inside as he fumbles. You see Bills, he's wide open for a touchdown. And he can't get the ball to him. And when you're in those situations and you have a chance to finish off the other team, you don't want to be fumbling the snap.
Bills touchdown very end of the first half, 38 seconds left. Turn this game around. Bearcats had a 9-0 lead at that point. Third down again. Pressure off the edge. Sheriff, deep ball, Beals. Thomas on coverage. Flag flies. Pass interference or a defensive hold perhaps here on Alex Thomas. Big penalty.
Holding an eligible pass receiver, number 10 of the defense. 10-yard penalty, automatic, first down.
I think that was unnecessary. I mean, you're trying to get a little bit of an advantage by clipping the upper part of the jersey from behind, but you were running step for step. I think that's a frustrating thing for a defensive backs coach to deal with when you have that type of foul.
Tommy Tuberville strongly disagrees. Big call, automatic first down. Sheriff delay handoff. It's Arkel Newsome. Struggles ahead. Lujan on the stop. No gain.
I think you see him with the jersey. He's got a handful of the jersey, and he won't let go. But I believe that, for me, Bills can't outrun Thomas. I think that's it was a great shot by our crew of showing the foul, but Thomas is their most talented corner. You don't have to grab to run with Bills down the field. And I think that was an unforced error, in my opinion.
Second down. Good pass protection. Deep ball. Looks for Thomas there, incomplete. Stevens on coverage. Had an interception earlier in the game today for Cincinnati. Bearcats gave up 28 straight points in that loss at home to Houston. They had a 16-12 lead in the fourth quarter against the 6th-ranked Cougars. And 17 straight points here today.
And it's 3rd and 10, Dave. And last time it was 3rd and long, we thought about zone. Well, they got open with Noel Thomas. What do you do here? Do you go man coverage? Do you go zone? And from the looks of things right here, it looks like they're going to be playing some man coverage across the board.
Delay of game, Corey. Didn't get the playoff.
Wow.
Cost UConn 5 yards.
Is that by design?
Delay of game in the offense. 5-yard penalty, third down.
I can't imagine it would be on third down. That's a big call.
Unless you're thinking give our punter a better chance to maybe pin them back deep because we have a good punter. I don't know. Doesn't look like it. Looks like maybe that was just. Now do you back up though, 3rd and 15? Or do you continue to stay man coverage? I mean, the last time they played zone, they got burned on this down.
Play fake. Sheriffs. Thomas has the catch. Noel Thomas. 9th catch of the afternoon. A huge conversion for the star receiver for the Huskies.
I think Frank Verducci does a good job of creating a natural pick. They're going to run him on a post route and then run him on a post corner. Watch how it kind of makes Gilbert get picked off in coverage as he breaks outside. See how he has to run around the traffic there, and that really enables Sheriff to make a clean throw.
Huge first down. Another 100-yard receiving game for Noel Thomas, his 4th of the year. There's first down. Sheriffs. Beals. Broken up there by Lyndon Stevens, incomplete. There is a flag down.
That's a false start. Look like it might be on that right side of the line.
Illegal formation. 5 men in the backfield on the offense. The foul's declined. Second down.
And you can see right here, he has to be on the line of scrimmage. He only got 6 guys on the line of scrimmage.
Second and 10. Markel Newsome between the tackles, stopped by Cortez Broughton, sophomore from just outside Atlanta. It's a gain of 2 for Arkell. Clock keeps rolling. I'm telling you, Corey, once UConn gets the ball, it's hard to get it back from them.
Well, when you convert on 3rd and 15, it is. I mean, you couldn't have asked to be in a better situation than 3rd and 15, Dave. That conversion by Thomas in a one-on-one matchup against Terrell Gilbert. A little bit surprised he was on him again, but I think that's what has enabled it. Here we go again, 3rd down and 8. Are they going to play man coverage again? I think that's the big question.
13th play of the drive. Can they come through again on 3rd down here?
They're not going to let Thomas beat him. They're leaning the safety his way.
Sheriffs. Incomplete, but a flag flies. Thomas and Stevens, a one-on-one matchup, and Lyndon didn't see the flag until late. It's going to be a PI call against Lyndon Stevens, an automatic first down for UConn.
I mean, he does a good job off the line of scrimmage. And then I guess they're calling for an arm bar. I think that would be on Thomas. I mean, for me, it's a bad call. I mean, he's got a good, it's uncatchable pass as well.
Pass interference, number 9 of the defense. Automatic first down.
Dave, I hate to say this, but have you ever heard of a reputation call? I think that's what you got right here. I mean, you can see Thomas pulling his jersey down in that area. And it has nothing to do with Stevens doing anything illegal. So it's a bad call. But at the end of the day, Thomas, you mentioned it a minute ago, 14 catches, 10 catches. You start putting up numbers, you get the benefit of those calls from these officials.
Key penalties on the drive against Cincinnati. 7 penalties, 54 yards now in the game for the Bearcats. Damaging. And now UConn in a 1-score game, trying to separate themselves for the Bearcats. Lost last year at Nippert Stadium, 37-13 in the rain. Game you and I called with Melanie. Blown out with the Huskies here 2 years ago by Cincinnati. 41-0. Never in the game. Things have turned around in 2016. First down, Sheriffs. Throwing end zone, Bales, incomplete. And he took a shot there from Muhan. He's slow to get up. Flag down.
That might be an illegal man downfield.
I think it is.
Wow. They kind of let up a little bit.
Ineligible downfield on the pass, number 63, the offense. Fouls decline, second down.
That's the center, Ryan Crozier.
I don't put that on Crozier, though. How many times today have we seen Sheriffs take off? Who's been lead blocking for him? It's been Crozier, so it makes it an indecision for you as a center when you've been running behind him a lot on design runs. He probably thought Sheriffs was about to run and was trying to get a block, and that's what caused the penalty. So I don't put that one on Crozier.
I'll deal with that, partner. Offensive line's held up very well today. Timeout UConn. Ryan Sheriffs did not like what he saw.
UConn takes its first time out of the half.
One thing we got to take into consideration, they can't allow them to kick a field goal. So you've got to come with an all-out blitz. Whatever your best blitz package is, you've got to be able to come up with it now.
Timeout. Big play coming up here in East Hartford, Connecticut.
College football on CBS Sports Network is sponsored by Nissan, premier partner of the Heisman Trophy. By Chick-fil-A, we didn't invent the chicken, just the chicken sandwich. By Bud Light, raise one to right now. And by the General Insurance. Get your anonymous online auto insurance quote now.
Inspired effort for UConn today, trying to break a 5-game losing streak to their American Conference rival Cincinnati Bearcats. Off the timeout, big play coming up here, 2nd down. And UConn's offense. A 1-score game for now, 2nd and goal. 15th play of the drive. It's on Reed. Markel Newsom breaks a tackle and keeps on trucking. Does get to the 5. Gain of 4. Timeout.
It's important to remember that Markel Newsom has done a lot of this in 3 quarters. 117 yards rushing now in just 3 quarters of action. Didn't play in the first quarter.
Suspended by Coach Bob Diaco for a team rules violation. So didn't play in the opening 15. And what did Bob Diaco and Frank Verducci, the offensive coordinator, tell us yesterday? He was emphatic, Coach Diaco. We've got to get Markel Newsom the ball more. He is our explosive home run hitter, and sure enough, a huge gain in the 3rd quarter. A big pickup, and he's run for 117 yards today. It was a 67-yard run. Don't forget, Houston Navy, 6th-ranked Cougars coming up. CBS Sports Network, we kick at 3:10 from Navy Marine Corps Memorial Stadium in Indianapolis. Houston thinking college football playoffs this year. They have got to keep winning. Navy has other ideas.
You're exactly right, and I think when you talk about Navy, always a tough matchup. To try to get ready for that offense in 1 week. We'll see what Will Worth can do.
Off the Cincinnati timeout. Newsom stopped. Alex Pace makes the play. Markel Newsom slow to get up. A loss of 1. Timeout Cincinnati. They got 1 left.
And I get.
Greg Ward Jr. is coming up next on CBS Sports Network. Can't wait to watch him in action against Navy. Dynamic, explosive, does everything. First Courettes quarterback starting for Greg Ward Jr. First down. Ward Jr. Elusive. How about Greg Ward? First down and a whole lot more. Here he goes. Down the field, the cutback. Ward. 5. Goal line, end zone, touchdown Houston. With no flags down, 64 yards for Greg Ward. And yes, Corey and I call his first ever start at Memphis 2 years ago. And wow, how far Greg Ward Jr. has come. Amazing. Now Heisman candidate. Puyol in. Field goal try. Nails it from 23 yards out. And that expands the lead. 20-9 now. No longer a 1-score game with only 3:08 to go in the 4th quarter. And Cincinnati just used 2 of its timeouts. Huskies, big lead today. Must-win game for them. 5 field goals in the game here today. 2 from Bobby Puyol and 3 for Josh Paisley of Cincinnati, and 20 straight Husky points to take control here with 3:08 to go in the 4th quarter. As UConn looks for its first American Conference win of the year. Pivotal game for each. Bearcats in a lot of trouble right now. Only 1 timeout left. Need 2 scores. Puyol through the end zone. Going to be a touchback. Everything turned around, Corey. 2nd quarter, there's moments left after a Melon Fonwo interception of Aiden Moore as we check the general play of the game. Tyreek Beal's first TD catch of the year.
I think this did a lot for Bryant Sheriff's confidence the rest of the afternoon. He had been efficient on some controlled possession throws up until that point, but everything within their offense, I think, opened up more after that big play.
Bearcats take over. They needed points in a hurry here. Levenberry the tackle at the 35-yard line. Will be a Cincinnati first down. Catch made by Tashumbi Johnson, brother of Dearness Johnson of USF. Dearness and the Bulls got the better of Cincinnati last weekend. Coach Tuberville's team needs some offense. They have been in a rut. Boone the catch there, Green the tackle.
And with one timeout left, how much time do you waste trying to get 6 points? So my point is, maybe you just try to get in the field goal range. If you got enough confidence from Paisley, he hit 3 in the first half, to maybe cut it to a one-score game and then go for the onside.
Devin Gray the catch, sideline route, knocked out of bounds by John Green. Chains move.
What do you think about that strategy?
I like it. Got to get points either way.
Right.
11-point game, so no matter how you get it, going to have to be a score. All likelihood an onside kick here. Houston Navy coming up. 3:10 Eastern time kickoff. Levenberry jumped that route. Pass intended for Cole. It's incomplete.
And that's why at this point of the game, I know they're playing a little bit of man coverage. Go ahead and attack the middle of the field because you got enough time to do that now. You don't want to get on it. If you get the ball back again, you're going to have less time to attack the middle of the field with one timeout. Attack it now.
Second down, pressure from Ormsby. Lewis makes the catch, stopped by Williams. Ormsby really delivered a shot there to Hayden Moore.
I like the way he stood in and threw that pass. Maybe go back to 1 or 2 more of those, get into a makeable field goal range, and think about going ahead and kicking the field goal now.
Gain of 13. Carazola pressure, knocked the ball loose. And recovered by Cincinnati. Luke Carazola off the edge. Forced the fumble. Recovered by the right tackle, Corey Cunningham.
Well, he was the one who got beat around the edge. He used the up and under rip move, Carazola, and just does an excellent job with the strip.
Big loss, second down. Moore, sideline route, broken up. Devon Williams on coverage against Khalil Lewis, incomplete.
Now look at the range by Summers. That allows you, what they were doing on that last play was playing a version of man and underneath coverage. You see how the corners all playing underneath? And the safety over the top, Summers. So you can play more aggressive underneath than man with a safety over the top.
Position change for Summers. He's been outstanding today. On third down, Johnson, it's incomplete. But a flag comes in late.
And that's an unnecessary flag on John Robinson IV. Same coverage we just described.
Pass interference, number 31 of the defense. 15-yard penalty, automatic, first down.
You see him get there a little bit early, and he doesn't allow Johnson to reach back for the ball. You got to be thinking about maybe a completion here, get out of bounds, and go ahead and think about the field goal. Unless you're going to take a shot to the end zone.
Automatic first down. Moore looks for Cole, comes back for it. Juggles, can't bring it in. Summers and Robinson on coverage there for UConn, incomplete. And Cole is hobbled a bit, he's hurt.
And I think Robinson, the fourth, does a really good job of coming back and competing on that play. He just had the penalty. How short is your memory as a defensive back? Good job by Robinson getting his head around.
Second down, pressure again, and short hops that one to Khalil Lewis, incomplete. Only a minute 23 to go. One timeout for Cincinnati. Desperate times for the Bearcats here.
And this is kind of what I was talking about, though. I mean, you're down to minute 23. If you had gotten maybe just another first down in the middle of the field, you could have went ahead and kicked the field goal. Now you might as well go ahead and try to punch it in the end zone with the clock getting down under 2 minutes.
10th play of the drive. Moore for Gray, comes back for it, and cannot make the catch at the 14, incomplete. So it comes down to this last play here for Cincinnati, potentially.
I don't think I'd forget about, if they're going to play this two-man coverage, the out routes where he just ran, that's your best bet against this coverage because they're designed to take away the inside throws.
Fourth down. Bearcats have got to have it. Moore for Gray. Broken up. Williams. The finish. It's incomplete. No flags down. And UConn is going to take over and win this game today in East Hartford.
What a job by Javon Williams on the last play. I mean, he's taking away the inside and it transfers to the outside hip. And you're going to see the transfer technique here late. Watch how he goes back and gets to that upfield shoulder and turns his head around. And that's one of the hardest things to do as a defensive back. As you can see, Anthony Poindexter very happy with Javon Williams because he knows that that's the route designed to beat that coverage or those out routes.
Victory formation for the Huskies. And Cincinnati, for the first time all year, will be held without a touchdown. 3 first-half field goals and shut out in the second half by Bob Diaco's defense. With the position change, Jamar Summers, the All-American Conference corner, moves to safety. Yeah. And that really shook things up for Cincinnati.
I mean, think about something for a second. Let's just put something in perspective. All week long, you're an offensive coordinator, and you're getting ready for a specific matchup from what you've seen on tape. And then you come into the game, and they've got a whole new player in a position that you've never seen in that position before. And guess what? He's the guy who had 8 interceptions last year for him at corner.
To lead the league, by the way. Another need for Sheriffs. And UConn closes in on its 3rd win of the year and first win in conference play. Bearcats will drop to 3-3 and 0-3 in the American Conference. A big disappointment for Tommy Tuberville in this program.
I tell you what, though, that adjustment by Bob Diaco, you got to give him credit first as the head coach and his staff to put Summers back at safety with the group of corners that I think they have here in this program. It could prove to be a difference maker for them moving forward.
One more need for UConn, and that is that. Bob Diaco and the Huskies knock off Cincinnati to break a 5-game win streak for the Bearcats in this series against the Huskies. Impressive potential season-making win for UConn.
And who knows, maybe they go back to Summers at corner next week, but for this week, hey, their plan worked.
We'll find out. We'll see him next week against USF. Houston Davies coming up next with Greg Ward Jr., 6th ranked. Cougars can't wait to watch them. For Corey Chavis, Melanie Collins, the entire crew, I'm Dave Ryan saying so long. It's been a presentation of CBS Sports Network, the 24-hour home of CBS Sports. Now let's send you to New York. Brent Stover, Houston Up, Christian Fourier, Jimmy Clausen standing by. We can't wait because Houston, number 6 in the country, is coming up against